Hey everybody, welcome back to another rendition of Mirama's special event, Lifeforms, aka the final boss. Chow, what's going on, big dog?
What's up, brother? Good to see you this summer. And people didn't know we were going to take a 1 month hiatus, but we got so inspired by this guy, the final boss, that
It had to be
we
done.
decided to run an episode. So impromptu setup, impromptu run, but we're here for you guys. So good to see you, Mir. Let's get
Good to see
into
you
it.
too, man. Let's get into it, man. So first off, before we jump into this fag, I first want to say foremost, I know nothing about him. I know nothing of him. And Dr. Chow is able to bless me with his aura, his persona, his avantgata. So Chow's going to give me a history lesson on who Final Boss is and where we are in modern day. So Chow, take the floor, brother.
Yeah, so we are lucky. I know you kind of caught on to him over the last week or so, and you've grown to fall in love with him
Oh,
too,
he's
but
brilliant.
we are witnessing a once in a generation lifetime a once in a lifetime type fool with this guy, the final boss. And I know a lot of people are saying, like, who's the final boss? Where'd he come from? What is this? We'll get into some of where he came from and what he is and all that, but he basically came onto our radar, my radar, back in January. And long and short of it, I guess he's a Dabbler versus super fan. But
Yeah, sounds gay. Yeah.
but he's got a whole history. He's got a lot of enemies, I guess. I see a bunch of them in the chat here, who there's people who have caught on to his little antics and gimmicks that he's been doing and either love him or love to hate him or whatever it is. So I'm glad they're here to kind of experience some of that too, because yeah, he is just like, you can't, if you were a writer and you wanted to make up a fool and like craft him, you couldn't write someone like this. Like, he is that big of a fool of a man.
Shit. Okay.
And tonight I think we're gonna we'll do a little introduction here, kind of talk about him, but then we'll cover some of the Clown Town crash out, which for my money is one of the most legendary crash outs of all time. We'll rewatch some of that.
Okay.
And then we'll get into some of his newest antics of, being obsessed with Karmic X, the streamer who
Stating he'll commit suicide.
yeah, well, yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back in his history and we'll find out he actually has this like long-standing history of being obsessed with suicide and telling everyone. I'm sure half the people in the chat he's told, I've seen videos of him telling them to K themselves and all this different type of shit. So
sounds hot.
This is just one episode into the one they call the specimen or life form, as he was once billed on his Twitter account, the Dabbler versus ultimate life form. We'll get into like all of his antics. And yeah, I see Penis Wrinkle, who he's told me now in the chat, he said, I've been battling Final Boss for over a year at this point. And my experience with him kind of came up in January. And Mir, I kind of mentioned this to you backstage before we started, but you want to know, like, where'd this guy come from? What is he?
I want to know what this creature is.
Yeah, so I guess he's a Howard Stern or Dabblerverse super fan, but he came onto my radar because in January he started hitting me up, or he started replying to my tweets, and one of them caught my eye because he started begging me to follow him on Twitter. So I was kind of like, he had been tagging me for weeks on end, and I was like, wait, who is this? What is it? Like,
yeah,
not paying him too much mind, but I'll pull this up just so, just to show the origins of kind of where it all started, if you want to pop that up. So at the time I was rocking with Nasty Neil, a guy who's an actor, and he was popping up on all these shows. And we had designed this shirt off of a phrase I came up with, like, you're 50. It was something I was just saying a lot because this was like the biggest insult everyone was throwing back and forth with. Zumach hitting the age of 50, Ray being 50. Everyone is, Rob Saul was using it. They're telling everyone, like, you're 50, you're 50. So it kind of became an inside joke, running joke.
Yeah.
And he responds in like, Chad, Bob Levy, and Rob follow me, but Dr. Chow is where the line is drawn at too cool to follow. So this really caught my attention. Mind you, before this, he was, dick riding, and he was saying, "Hey, man,
He's glazing,
yeah, saying you're amazing, or you're the best one on Chad's show or the Ray Vito show and all that different type of shit, whatever." So, and I was kind of like, whatever, I'll just fuck with him. I said,
You'll
I can't.
let that backslide.
Yeah, so I said,
sorry, my bad. I'm getting a call right now. Let me mute that shit. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
So anyway, this is when it was kind of bird in my head, like, okay, this guy, whatever, let's see. Now he starts popping up on these shows, and one of the things about this guy is on shows, you know how like in the chat they have the moderators, and usually like the chicks ask to be moderators and whatever. You give, if there's some baddie who's like in your chat, you say like, oh yeah, you can mod for me if they're there all the time.
All right.
Well, this guy, yeah. So this guy, like his big thing is like going to all these different shows and telling them like, hey, can I be a moderator? Let me mod for you. I want to be a moderator, all this type of shit. Because when his name turns blue and he has that little wrench by his name,
it gets him like a fucking, gets him hard, gets him going.
Exactly. So that's like the power and the status that he craves. And then he exerts that power over everyone. So he starts like timing people out and acting like he's big time and all this shit. So I started watching this stuff kind of from afar without saying much and witnessing what he was doing. And I was like, final boss. Okay, that name, whatever. I come to find out he is like super into video games. Like he's obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, whoa. That's some actually weird, what do you call anon shit or whatever the fuck. Remember that one fag who murdered his mom, became transgender with Sonic and Pikachu?
Yes.
It's on that kind of level type of weird shit, right? Yeah,
exactly. So I was like, wait a sec, why is he like using this Sonic the Hedgehog thing all the time? And I started picking up because he likes to use alt accounts to like try to troll people. One of the main guys he was trolling is my homie MKE. Shout out MKE. But I started seeing him like pop in there, and he was using these different like Sonic the Hedgehog reference screen names and kept trying to troll him. I was like, you see him from a mile away, like coming. But I'm like, whatever, you do you, kid, like do your thing, all that type of shit.
Yeah.
And little did I know, like that thing with like him and MKE ended up blowing up to like a beef between me and him, which we'll get into. And it's really a one-sided beef because with these guys, what you realize is like the cognitive dissonance, the self-awareness, the shamelessness that they experience is on another level. Like what he goes around telling him he's the baddest man and he's a real man. Everyone else is a fag and all this different type of shit.
Be a man. Yeah.
And we'll get to that because now his new thing is mimicking whatever Karmic says or does. But he becomes this like badass online behind the avatar. But the problem is he starts popping up on all these shows and he's like this like fat, dumb, like
white
boy. yeah. He's like he's not tough at all. So
and he's like what, 21, 22, should be in his prime right now as a young gentleman, right?
Well, that's another thing about these guys. They always talk about how honest they are, but then he's always saying his age is different. Like he's always wasted when he's on these shows too. But one day he's saying he's 20, the next day he's saying he's 25. Then I saw on some other shows he was saying he was 27. So who knows?
God, yeah,
he's just compulsively lying about shit all the time. But yeah, he's got a whole history, and I really think the best place we can kind of dive into it is the Clown Town. We can pause and interject into it because there's a lot of funny shit in there that I see the chats like some people are really into like final blob stuff, but yeah, he got dumped by his girlfriend, and this is a big story to him. And
Real quick, I want to read something from the chat. Pennywinkle here, I'll put it up on the screen real quick. With me, he always labeled himself as a superior arguer, obsessed with owning trolls and constantly mic dropping and then running away. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, everything to him is either is about winning and losing, but he's not competing against anyone in anything. So it's always, this is something he would do. What he really got pissed at is I blocked him, and he had created several different accounts to constantly troll me all day. But he'd always say like, I'm burying him. I'm burying him with words and all this. And it was one of these things where it's like, it didn't, like, nothing he ever did bothered me. So like I knew like blocking him, because he'd spurg out on Twitter about being blocked. Oh, you blocked me because he's afraid. And I only blocked him initially because I knew it would piss him off,
Right, yeah, you're trolling the troll. I know what you're doing. You're feeding them a little bit. You're like, come on, little buddy. Come on, you dumbass. Fall into the trap.
Yeah. So this is kind of how his hatred for me and all this rage had built up. But it's an epic saga of
I can't wait.
Just a guy just spinning.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready for the saga, bro. I'm ready.
So let me look through some of my other screenshots to see. But one of the things I see people in the chat like Tuna. I have a screenshot in reference to her.
Oh, that's a female? Fuck.
I guess.
I wish it was a dude. No, what?
Well, in his mind it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know their history, but I've seen this posted somewhere. So I'm gonna put it up, but this is his this is how he owns.
Yeah. I'm a dude.
Pull that up for a sec. It's a dude. Sorry, I don't know.
Hey, can you blow that up? It's very small. I don't know if I can read that.
Yeah, I can try, but
yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, I can make it bigger. But
there you go. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, and he's just spazzing on. I don't even know what chat it was. I just saw this screen thing, but he's 26 years old at this point, and he says he's never met anyone crazier than Tuna and her alts. Basically a piss on your grave, all this different type of like just dumb cringe.
67th alt, damn Tuna.
Yeah, I don't know what their history. What?
Again, remember 26 years of life, heartbreak, struggle, working, school, and die. All right, real quick, I'm going to put in a little injection here real quick. I'm going to inject everybody with a little truth serum here. This guy is so insecure and so broken that he has to remind everyone who is basically random people, and he has to validify himself saying, I've been here on this planet for 26 years, which is ain't shit. He's dealt with life, heartbreak, struggle, working, school, and himself. So you can already tell this dude's a fucking faggot right off the cap, since he's saying all this crazy shit. I've never met a crazier person than Tuna. Dude, you sound crazy right now. You sound insane, and you sound insecure to the point where it's actually somewhat disturbing. So go ahead, bro.
Yeah, and this is just another example. I had just seen this posted, so I don't know where it was or why he was spazzing out about it, but this is something he gets on me about all the time. Like, he's really proud of his working. Like, I don't know what he does for a living, but like he works and I don't, I guess. I guess Tuna doesn't work. Everyone he wants to fight with, he brings up that he has a job. Shout out Harry Dunn. But like this is his thing. Like, I work, I do I make a living, and you guys can just sit and chat all day and all this type of shit. So
do crack addicts. They make livings working the streets. So I mean,
no doubt. I want to pull up that oh fuck, there's that really, really funny cringe. I've got it downloaded somewhere here, but yeah, the chat's probably, as I'm pulling this up, check the chat, because yeah, got save this.
No, I love seeing like everyone in the chat has a continual hatred for this individual, and I didn't know this community was so large. There's
Well,
a
I
lot
mean,
of. I got his LinkedIn. Says Pennywinkle. Pennywinkle, send it to I or Chow, and we'll put it up. Send the LinkedIn, bro.
well, if you want to pull that one up, because so I guess this guy goes back, and this is before I had followed him, but
Hey, you're gonna have to zoom in a little bit on that.
you're calling it penny wrinkle. It's actually penis wrinkle.
Oh.
And
I'm not gay, so I don't see
Yeah.
penis like that, bro.
yeah. So I guess he is like some OG beefer with this guy. But his big thing is about like how he works and no one else does. And like
No,
he,
no
you
one
know,
else works. Yeah.
yeah, so I thought this cringe was great, and just his outfit that he wears to work. Cause I'm a fashion,
Can you read that for the audience?
Yeah, so this is the picture of him flicking off this other troll, this clown
It's
troll.
2007 again.
Yeah. So he says, "Me at work right now. Fuck off, PW. I thought you said it was possible to enjoy things while being productive in the background. Or does that only apply to you when you're losing to me in an argument? Bro, you need my attention so bad I might start ignoring you. So you go hungry." And of course, he's got this like just goofy ass like undershirt. His top button's not buttoned. He's got this wrinkly ass tie.
He doesn't have AirPods, so we know he's poor.
And there's another picture, but his tie is like misfitting. It like hangs down like past his crotch.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
you
That's
should like
hot.
tie your tie to like go to the bottom of your to your belt, but whatever, like the cognitive dissonance with this guy is just genius, so
All right.
and this is OG, so I guess we'll get into the Swervy stuff at some point, but I guess Swervy is his
other
name too.
persona.
Yeah,
his
and he had
alter
this
persona.
yeah, he had this other name too. Like I guess he had this other account that got booted or something. But anyway, yeah, he's just and people in the chat either love him or hate him or just love laughing at him. I personally like people were like asking me like, yeah, what's his deal? Whatever. Like, what's your problem with him? What's your beef? Because he had been going around like getting obsessed with me and doing all this type of shit. And I said nothing, man. I actually think he's like fucking hilarious. Like he's like a once in a generation
Fool.
sort of a
Swervicide, yeah, penis winkle. That's genius, bro.
So he's kind of told me some more deep lore about him going back. I guess maybe Penis Wrinkle can even say I think he started out being like a huge Stuttering John like chat room guy. And since I'm not a Stuttering John guy, I had never come across him until just recently. But
he's obsessed with stealth chaos too.
Yeah, so Stealth Chaos and him ended up getting in a bunch of beefs on the show Clown Town, which I've been on. Stealth used to be like a regular on it, and Final Boss used to go on it all the time. So
yeah,
that's how I kind of first saw him. He'd be doing these like battles with
the transgender.
Well, no, that was last week. He got beat up by that. But before that, he'd been like trying to start this fight with this other guy, and just cringe on his part. But of course, he's always winning, and everyone else is always losing. They can't handle his
aura,
his argumentative ways, and all this type of shit. So he's just brilliant like that. But I think.
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I think we should just show people.
Yeah, I want to see the clips. I want to see the clips, bro.
Okay, let me get
I'm
that
hungry.
pulled up.
I'm hungry,
because
boy.
What you mentioned was the transgender, and that was this new person who's been around called Ava Reza.
Yeah,
and it's a dude.
Is she post or pre-op?
Yes, pre. But she's got tiggle bitties.
Tiggle bitties. I respect that, dude. I mean, it's hard to grow titties like that. Trust me, I tried. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I had seen her around a couple times, but this is kind of like the first time I'd like really seen her getting this square off with someone, and it's just brilliant because she's kind of based in the sense like she doesn't care if you call him a dude or
Yeah,
they're
she's
just
based.
yeah, like whatever. They're not like
It's
into like
based.
it. Yeah, the trans stuff. So it's like they weren't correcting anyone. They didn't care like what you said or did and all that type of shit. So they're just whatever, the new character on the scene, and they get into this.
Yeah, they'll be dead within 6 months, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't know, but yeah, I actually told her she wanted to come on because she was like new to the final boss, and then final boss started trolling this Ava like in chats nonstop, kind of like they're doing to me, kind of like they do to everyone. But
right. Yeah, but let's pull that clip. I'll put it on here.
Yeah. So they're on Clown Town. I guess it's the week before the 4th of July, but
okay.
Metal's asking, will final boss be on? We invited him on, but Mir sent him a DM, but
I hit him up, but apparently he's too much of a bitch to come on, so that's okay. You know, he's a man though. You know how that goes with men. They have a very busy schedule.
And there's some fallout from this interview, including him deleting his Twitter and then reinstating it and then putting it on private mode so only like certain people can see his post, or like protected mode. But he had so much good cringe. So if you can, go follow him on X or request to follow him, and then you can go back and look at all of his shit going back. But like, he would just constantly all day post cringe of like how he's the best, like how he's owning everyone. And it's just, I wish I had more screenshots of it at the time. I didn't think it would just disappear like this. But upon him leaving, people were like, we want him back. Oh, this sucks. He was funny. He's cringe, whatever. And I said, dude, guys like this, they can't stay away. Like, so he'll be back. And of course, like a couple days later, he reemerges with this new character, and we'll get into that. But let's start with this. This is Clown Town.
He looks like Karmic. He literally looks like Karmic, dude.
He is, bro. He's like a mini Karmic. And the best thing about him is he now he's started copying everything Karmic does. He's like Karmic's right-hand man. He puts all of Karmic's music on Spotify for him because Karmic's so busy he can't do it himself.
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
But he's like a mini version of Karmic, and I actually think like he might be more cringe and dumber than Karmic. Like, I think that he might be like, he just needs to like come into his own with it, like it might take a couple years or to get up to Karmic's level. But
he kind of looks like Jake Hudson a little bit with those glasses.
Yeah, so a
little retard, a little fucking mentally challenged fag over here. Go ahead though.
So this is a Clown Town. If you guys aren't familiar, Clown Town, it's like a hangout show. There's these all these Dabblerverse guys hang out, and it's usually late at night, and they're just kind of talking shit basically. So the whole episode is epic because I just went to this part because it's kind of the tail end, but it's a 6.5 hour long episode.
Jesus.
And it's just people pop on, they pop off, they start fighting, and it has like parts to it. So this is kind of the end of his crash out, this last half hour of it. But
okay,
one of the things to set this up, we got Ava Reza here,
the middle person.
Yeah, I see Sloppy Guts, that's Big W in the chat. Povo, he's kind of the host. Papa Kill's one of the hosts. Teamster Tim, I don't know if he's been on here with just me and Chad before, and Malware's one of my homies. So it's just like a hangout with these guys. But one of the things he does is gaslights and projects. Like he says, his big thing with me is he thinks I'm trying to make friends with everyone to stab them in the back later. If you know anything about me, like I don't want to be friends with any of the people that are on YouTube. Like I would say, Mir, like you and me, we've been working together for years, right?
No, it's been almost 3 years now. I had to put that up though. That was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
It's been about 3 years.
We're about as close to be considered friends. But I mean, like, we never met. Like, I mean, if you came through, of course I'd hang out with you. But it's like, I don't know. Like, we're friends, but like,
dude, you and I are best friends. What do you mean?
yeah. But I mean, like,
I know
his
you're
whole thing is-
social.
his whole thing is always about friends, and then you'll see he refers to the royal we all the time. Like, when he's speaking to empower himself, he says like, we believe this, we do that, we all think this, we all that. But one of the things about me, about that thing that he says about me trying to get people to become my friend so I can turn on them, he calls this he created a verb for me. He says this is chowing people. Which is an honor, I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But
Urban Dictionary, baby.
Yeah, let me just get this started. So for the context, but you'll see these two are the main two that are kind of going at it here.
Yeah.
So
Papa Kill, do you know who he is?
Yes, he does know who he is.
Like first and
a
last
piece
name?
of fucking shit. That's why.
Yeah.
All
There
right,
you go.
so Dexter Chowing me is pretending to be honest with me or really being honest
Chowing.
with me. So you know who he is.
Yeah, we know who he is. He's a fucking.
Why did-
fucking-
Final boss, read this. Hold on. Final boss, read this.
Beloved chatter says, tell the internet more about what bothers you. I told you get a journal. That's directed at me.
That's right. That's right. You fucking little fairy.
Why did your fiance leave you?
She left me.
Okay, just to give a little backstory.
Sure.
Earlier in the episode, he was bragging that he was engaged to a perfect 10 model.
AKA
And-
a tranny. Yeah.
Who knows? Like, this guy lies so much about everything. Like, whatever
Dude,
he says is kind of
I
like
can
whatever.
tell just by looking at him as a man's man. I can tell he's. It wasn't a 10. It's probably like a 3, or it was a dude. But go ahead.
Whatever. Yeah. So we're gonna get into it. Whatever it was, it seems very personal. So Ava decides to bring up that topic because one of his big flexes is like, I was engaged to a perfect 10 and I screwed it up and you'll never be happy because you're you. Type shit. So we'll see how this plays out.
About in October. We weren't technically engaged yet. I was
So you weren't
going
even
to-
engaged, so you lied earlier. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was about to because it was at a wedding. I was going to propose to her. at this
What a
wedding.
fat. Hang on. Pause it real
The
quick.
plot
Pause it real
thickens you
quick.
weren't engaged.
Pause it real quick. Who the fuck decides to propose to someone? Literally, what kind of asshole, what kind of insult do you have to be to propose at a wedding? Literally, you're a fucking bitch and you're a fucking fag, dude, if you do that at that point. I'm glad she left you, bro, because if you decide to propose at a wedding, literally you're a fucking bitch and she dodged a bullet. So yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Totally. And it even got me thinking. I saw you saw the Black Sabbath final concert that just happened.
Yeah.
And the guy from Slipknot proposed to Kelly Osbourne backstage after the show.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, it's kind of like, to me, it's like that's Ozzy's like big moment. Like, why? I get it. Like, it's a like, well, but why are you making it about this wedding proposal there? You know, and of course it's like filmed on it. So it made me start thinking about the final boss in that instance because of this. But yeah, you're 100% correct on that.
He never loved her. He had no idea how to do it. He just wanted to do it because he wanted to. He doesn't plan anything. He doesn't really care about her. He just acts on instincts. He's a fucking animal / fucking degenerate hermit. And that's the issue with it. Go ahead.
Just keep watching.
Age, you were gonna propose. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So I'm being honest. So in other words, destroying.
So you
this
weren't being
entire
honest earlier.
troll.
Okay, go ahead.
In other words, destroying this entire troll you're trying to do by being completely honest because I'm a real man. Yeah, no, she broke up with me in October of 2024. We got back from a wedding. She said it wasn't working out.
So this is another thing. He's talking about a year and a half ago, but October of 2024 is like a half a year ago, basically, 9 months ago, whatever.
Yeah.
So like none of his timelines ever add up to any of the shit
Nope.
he says. One day he's 20, the next day he's 25, and another chat he's 26. On another show he's 27. So who
one
knows?
day he's
Like,
karmic. One day he's
he's mimicking everything Karmic does. He's like You'll see. I say
He's taking
skinwalk
Karmic
terms.
songs, you know, without posting Karmic's name.
We'll get into all that. He's taking
Yeah.
Clown Town songs and putting them as his own music. But yeah, we'll keep watching.
We were together for about 4.5, 5 years. I was considering asking her
Jesus.
to marry me. It didn't work out, but the good news is I'm only 20 years old, and I don't doubt my sexuality. I don't doubt
You
my
don't?
happiness, and I will not chop it off to be like you. So I
Pause
can
it right
move
there.
on.
Pause it right
I
there.
can
Pause
move
it right there. I'm not even gonna kid anyone watching this episode right now. When someone says, "I don't doubt my sexuality," uno mas, they are a fag. They do doubt their sexuality all the time. I wouldn't doubt if this guy fucking watches tranny porn. Okay, that's why he's so aggressive towards the tranny, because he feels so sick to his stomach with himself that he jerks off to it, that he probably needs to attack this person. Okay, when someone says, "I feel this certain way because I like he just said, I know my own sexuality," no, you don't. You are confused. You don't know who you are half the time. You're karmic this, you're karmic that, you're final boss, or you're another alt account, wherever the fuck you have. He's truly confused with who he is, who he's supposed to be, who he wants to be, and what he loves. And that's an issue. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so that's the thing with this guy. He's like he's constantly projecting, and if you know, like, Ava is not I'm getting a correction, by the way. Papa Kill invented the word chowing, so it actually is a good verb. But yeah, shout out to the OG who created it. But hey, yeah, this Ava chick is not like a regular like trans rights advocate. Like, if you didn't know that they were trans,
Harry, you're a fag.
they wouldn't have even said that they were, you know. And like Final Boss is trying to say like you're this, you're that, and they don't care, you know, like at all. So it's like it doesn't make any sense. But we'll keep watching here.
On from this one
Final boss,
relationship.
you never popped the
I can move on
question.
from this one relationship because I'm only 25 years old and find someone else and have babies, unlike you, because you're
Baby?
genetically castrating yourself. Ava.
Oh, hold
Answer
up,
your
final
question.
boss. Wait,
Anyway,
hold up.
yep.
You didn't say that last time. You said that you asked her to marry you, and she said no.
He said he was engaged earlier.
No, I said I was going to be engaged. And
I was
again,
going to be engaged.
But I make up
Baby!
every
No,
single
you said you popped the question and
He
she
said he was
denied it.
engaged.
Oh
earlier.
God, could you
That's not
imagine
true.
allowing that dude's
Earlier, like
decrypted
I was engaged. But
psycho cock inside of you to create babies, aka deformed children of the fucking corn? Dude, no. Go ahead, keep playing, bro.
No, yeah, no.
Retro Gamer, this is Final Blob here. So, little backstory. Actually, I'll save it till when you get to it.
Yeah. Just hang on, dude. I'm tired. I'm not gonna say a large spill like last time, dude. Check in when the show starts. If not, just shut the fuck up. Just keep watching, all right, bro, and you'll figure it out along the way. Go ahead, Chow.
I
Okay, but
said
it was
that
my
in a,
fault. It
you
was
know
my
how
fault
people
that
say
it was
they've been married for 20 years. They really mean
The
10 years.
plot thickens,
I was
man.
about to be engaged.
Go ahead, TJ.
Ava,
Chime in.
again, I'll be honest with you.
No,
on
I
everything,
just
Ava.
want to know if me and Untrackable are cool.
No,
He's
shut the
scared me.
fuck up.
He's scaring me over here. I mean, he's really.
Oh, don't
like,
worry, TJ. Untrackable's gonna pet you like a dog.
No, here's my point.
like
I'll be
me,
honest
girl.
about
Chuckle
all my
is like-
insecurities. I'll be
Are we
honest
good?
about
Of course he does. His tail's wagging.
All right, carry on.
I'll be honest about all my insecurities, including not being able to propose to the person I loved almost a year and a half ago, because at least I'm confident enough that I was born with a penis. I like having a penis.
Were
I
you?
don't need to question my entire existence and change my entire existence because I hate myself. So as much as Ava tries to project,
do
onto
hate
me
yourself.
that
You
I
change
hate
your
her
existence
and
all the
hate
time,
trans
bro.
people, it's because she hates herself and wants to project as much as most left-wing people, as you know, is destroying our
Left-wing
country,
people. This
hate
Follow
themselves,
this guy
Boss,
is
read this
based.
one.
This guy is based, bro. Left-wing people. That tells you right there he's watching too much. And here, I'll quote one of our old buddies that came on the show recently. Win by 2. He's watching too much Joe Rogan, too much, Nick Fuentes. He's too, this guy is truly fucked up mentally. I mean, look at him. This guy thinks he's a fucking Chad. I'm not talking about Chad Zuma, just like, a Chad. He thinks he's a fucking, like, oh, I'm a man's man. I'm this, I'm that. dude, look at yourself. You're fucking pathetic, dude.
Well, and that's
first off, you're on Cumtown/Clowntown, so that's pathetic within itself. But I'm kidding, boys. I'm kidding, boys. But
Tuna's saying in the chat like Ava isn't left wing, and like I don't think there is any indication that she is or isn't. I think it was just a matter of like he's just assuming the stereotype, like this is what you are based on what I know. Whatever, it's stupid, but yeah, it's always that you'll see his tone is always like telling you how it is, but he's always wrong, so it's great.
It's for you.
So much.
I
No, she's
disagree,
laughing,
man.
even though everyone.
She seems very happy.
Hey, read the
She
chat,
seems so
damn it.
happy, man.
8 out of 9 people here agree with me, Ava. Anyway, Insecurity says I was about to be.
I don't agree.
Huh,
I'm one
okay.
out.
So this is what he always does too. Is like 8 out of 9 people here agree with me. We like in the chat, he's always saying like we all find you this way, we all do this, we all. But it's just him. Like one time he was doing it like we all know who invented this, and I basically just did a little jab like, hey man, final boss, I know you're fat, but refer to yourself as I, not we. Like you're an individual, man. Give yourself credit. You're not that big. So a little joke. Of course, that triggered him way more down the path of like, wait, what'd you say?
he's huge. He's huge, bro. He doesn't take care. He doesn't work out. He's fluff.
Let's keep watching.
I'm one out. I'm one out. I know.
Because you believe you're
She
a woman.
seems happy and you know, fine.
Yeah, she seems so happy. That's why she's
She
trying to
does.
humiliate me for the last 3 hours, even though I keep contradicting.
Wait, rewind
That's
that
why-
real quick.
that's how
Can you
happy she
rewind that
is.
like 10
I
seconds?
see.
Hours.
And
He's,
you know, fine.
pause real quick.
so
Pause real quick.
What?
He says she's so happy. She's been doing this for the last few hours. So go ahead and play it. I just want to see what he says right there.
Happy. That's why she's
She
trying to
does.
humiliate me for the last 3 hours.
What was that?
Even
What
though
did
I
he
keep
say right there?
contradicting it. That's why. That's how.
So Teamster Tim was saying like he is like saying Ava's miserable, and
Okay.
everyone's like, wait, what? Like she seems happy. She's laughing, making jokes the whole time. Like nothing's bothering her. So Teamster Tim's just interjecting, saying she does seem happy. Like, what are you talking about? I think that's the extent of it.
Okay, go ahead.
How happy she is.
I
Right?
see a very sad, like frumpy
Case in
little
point.
man that like
Case in
seems to have problems with people everywhere. You've
Did I
got
not
people
just
doxing you. And
completely
shut up!
be
Shut the
honest?
fuck up and let me
Did I
make
just
my point.
completely be honest
Let me
about my
talk.
romantic
Let me talk.
life?
Let me talk, and then you'll.
Or I'm a
respond.
liar. Okay.
Let me talk, and then you'll respond.
Okay.
I see like a very sad, gross little troll man that has these problems with everyone. Like when every time someone else comes up, you have this beef with them. You're lashing out with people because I think that you're actually miserable and hate yourself, and it upsets you that someone like me is just comfortable and happy with their own lives. I think you're a
But you're not
Even if
miserable
they're
little
tranny,
freak.
he
That's why
can't. He can't take that they're tranny.
not
They
fucking-
enjoy it. That's so crazy, bro. That he can't take it. He can't even like fathom that a transgender who doesn't want to kill themselves actually enjoys their life, and that he's so miserable and hates himself. And his nincompoop his own mind can't fathom it, bro. And he's just like he's triggered. He's pushing left wing, right wing politics on this shit, which obviously it's not a politics show, or no one's really pushing and saying anything about politics whatsoever. So you can very tell he's twigged out. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I see people in the chat, Doodle's asking what's the backstory, and Fitzwall's like, what is answering
Doodle.
like what happened? Nothing.
Yeah.
It basically if you watch enough of this, or you were, I don't know if he's changed his way, he's blocked me from everything, but basically all he would do in chat was try to like instigate and fight with people in the chat. So I think he noticed Ava was in a chat and he started like trying to instigate something with her. But it's the same thing with me. Like what happened between me and Final Blob? Nothing. Like it's all on his side. It's all in his own head. Maybe I posted a couple memes of like him and Karmic on X that were funny. And of course,
Right, but he looked up to you though, and you betrayed him.
Yeah,
And
but
they'll
I
never
don't-
leave him. It's like the Incredibles. Remember when that kid gets, Mr. Incredible tells him, "Go home, buddy." You're
Well,
like, you
yes.
told him, you said, "Go home, final boss," and he can't take it, bro. He can't.
And we'll get into this too, because he like really looks up to certain people, but then he like hangs these threats over their head of like, if you ever betray me, I'll hang myself, and all it's like it's wild stuff. But we'll get it. We'll keep playing. It just
keep
gets
playing
better
this.
and better.
If you're
Yeah.
fucking talking, take hormone pills. Is that correct or no?
You just made all of that up.
No, answer the question, yes or no. Don't answer with anything else.
Your voice cracked.
Okay, semantics and deflection. Semantics and deflection. Case in point, I
What's
win.
your question?
I win. I win.
Are you happy with yourself?
I win. Yeah, exactly.
I win.
Yeah, he made up like, oh, you're taking these pills and you're doing this and you're chopping this off. And it's like, she's like, what? I've never said I'm doing any of that. But
I'm already
no,
chopped it off.
apparently she hasn't. But you know, whatever.
Well, I'll wait.
I guess that's semantics and deflection. So
Yeah. He wins.
Or is that why you're looking to chop off your dick and change your gender? Yes or no?
She seems happy to me.
What? There's a lot of
She seems
presumptions.
really happy. That's why she's
She
trying to
does.
fucking
She's
make
I'm
me
happy.
feel like shit, right?
she is
TJ?
very
'Cause
authentic.
she's thrilled, TJ. That's why she's trying to put me down.
No, she
right?
seems authentic, man.
Right. And I
She
don't.
does.
And I
I'm
don't.
happier than I've ever been in my
Like,
life. I
why
came
do you
out, I
care
have
so
a good
much, man?
job,
Why do you
I'm
care?
Why
about
do I
to
care? Because
graduate.
she's been shitting on me for 2 weeks.
All
Shitting on
right,
me for
so
not
do you
coming on
have
the
to bring
show,
up-
even though nobody sent me the link of this piece of shit.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
no.
Fix your audio. Fix your audio, final boss.
Yeah, this isn't
Feel
fucking
like
Call of
KB.
Duty, boys.
Okay.
But my point
Jimmy,
is
read
like,
this.
Panhandle, this is such a weak way to go after someone, FB. Come on now.
It's not wrong.
And what he wants is to make it about like I'm trans and it's like offensive to say that. It's really not
No,
about
because
that.
you're trying to
Shut
call me
up.
insecure.
Shut up, fatty.
But you're insecure in your the way you were born.
Shut up,
You
fatty.
notice
You want
how
to
he won't
change
let me-
everything about you. And
Do you
you're
notice
calling
how he
me
used to
insecure?
protect? Do you notice how he used to protect himself by interrupting me?
Shut the
Because
fuck
he's scared.
up.
Because
You
he's
wanna
scared about
change
what I'm gonna.
Oh, someone's pissed, bro. Oh
Yeah.
shit, dude. Oh my, dude. He's letting a tranny fucking work his ass. That's awesome, bro.
yeah, it's great.
Yo, keep going, go. Keep going.
About
keep going.
you. You want to call me insecure. You want to chop off your fucking cock, and you call me insecure.
An interesting thing about little
An
goblins like
interesting
him
thing
is,
I'm about
is
to
that
deflect and bring up some random retarded bullshit and try to seem superior to final boss. Go on.
He's like, look.
Hey,
I mean,
look,
I'm pretty,
I know.
I'm pretty
He's looking at
insecure
I
his
want to
about my.
hug you. I want to hug you right now.
He's like, where are those
Hard to
Tostitos
get.
at,
I wanna-
bro?
No,
I
I
want to
want
call
to
the
hug you.
cops right now.
Was that untraceable? Trackable? Did I get it right?
Untraceable because I act like I've been here forever and know the whole thing. It's untrackable, you stupid fucking tranny. I mean, maggot.
Okay.
Holy
at least you
shit,
got it
Peter.
right.
So now he's calling this guy tranny for some reason. You know.
He looks like a little. He looks a little suspect, but yeah.
Hey, Jimmy.
I was gonna say.
Fuck you,
Jesus.
Jimmy. You piece of shit.
Okay, go. Someone read this. Damn it.
Dick
What's the
fits well.
difference between
What's the difference?
about to be engaged and about to be gay? That's what I read.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's for you,
Shut
final
the fuck
boss.
up!
Makes
Shut up,
sense.
boy.
You know what's the difference?
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, intern. Thank you.
What I was trying to say.
Shut
Well,
the fuck up!
What I was
Nice green
trying to
screen,
say
bud.
is that you are this.
Can you believe like this like behavior?
No,
Mir-
he's a Spurg, bro. Like someone said, Spurg. Yeah, he's a Spurg. He's legitly a tweaker, dude. Like he's actually unstable. I think he is unstable, truly. Like I'm not even making a joke here. I think he is truly off his meds and he is somewhat incapacitated with his own mental state. He is off the fucking rails, bro.
Yeah. And one of the things like he tries to lord over everyone is like he's so young and everyone else is like old and gonna die soon. And he loves saying this to people as like an own.
He's gonna die soon. His fucking cholesterol is probably out the fucking roof right now.
Well, but like that's the thing. Like Mir, you're like probably younger than him, about the same age, a little younger. It's
Yeah,
like,
he looks
you
like shit.
you got a family, like it all. So it's like I don't know, like what, like I don't think any of like this age stuff like can be excused for his behavior with all this shit. It's way too crazy, but it
Hang
gets
on,
way
hang on,
better. Yeah.
Tuna says Mur does the same. We forgive Mur. Tuna, you know, fuck you, bro. I don't do the same as this guy, bro. This guy's actually off some, bro. Like that's disrespectful, bro. I'm actually kind of hurt by that.
Yeah, but Mir's like thing is like comedic brilliance.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you don't want to pull
I-
back the curtain, but yeah. Like,
Yeah, I'm
it's
not an
all-
asshole. Like, dude, like I don't do. Mur has good music. I'm like, oh yeah, all right, Tuna, you're cool. All right, go ahead, Chow.
Yeah, so
Guy that like has all these problems with people. and you look at someone like me that's happy and confident, and
Happy,
and it bothers them.
Fuck up, you're not happy.
Nice
Happy
Walmart
as a
mic.
clam.
Oh,
If you were
okay.
happy, you wouldn't grow your hair out and pretend you're a woman if you were happy with who you are.
Oh, did you see him like the crackle in his
Go ahead,
throat
read
as he
this.
said? Play that back. Did you hear the crackle in his fucking gay throat as he said that? Like, play that back again, bro. Let's hear his outro again.
Oh,
If you were
okay.
happy, you wouldn't grow your hair out and pretend you're a woman if you were happy with who you are.
You wouldn't feel happy with
Um,
who you are.
Malware.
Oh, you wouldn't feel happy with who you are. Dude, he's a fag. God. He is gay, guys. He's gay. Okay, take it from my point of view. Trust me, I know he's gay.
Mir would know, you know. He used
Shut
to
up,
be
Chow.
in.
Go ahead, read this.
Final boss protests too much. He is gay. By
He's a very mentally ill little man.
I'm a fucking faggot.
Oh, he admitted. And you said maggot. We get it.
I did.
Okay.
I'm a growing piece of shit that feeds on filth like a man.
Mumble Slam. Mama Boss looks like an untalented, fatter Garrett Truman Capote.
You know what's great
Oh, that's
about me
dumb.
and you, Mumble Slam? I'm so young, I don't even know who that is, you old shit. Ready to die in the
You got
dirt.
your fucking wrench removed from
that's-
fucking Hamster Boy.
But that's
You know
the
that.
thing.
You know that
Oh,
life
the
goes.
thing.
Mumble
I don't
Slam's
even-
a
he's
legend
so
for
old.
doing.
So of course, you know, he goes after this guy for being old or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's a cope, bro. I know. It's a
This
cope.
is this is a story I'm unaware of, but they're gonna get into it. But I guess he was like a mod. His big thing is being the mod everywhere, you know, and then he can wield his inch of power in the chat rooms and time people out and ban them and do all this shit. But I guess at one point he lost his modship and he threatened. Yeah, so we'll see what happened based on that.
Doing that.
No.
Oh,
He's
fuck
so
you.
old.
No. That.
No.
No, that-
He's a legend for doing that, Papa Kill. But he'll be dead.
Fuck
40
yeah, he
years
is.
before I am. He'll be dead.
You're
40
only.
years
So
before
he's
I
only.
am.
He's
So who
20.
wins?
You're 20 years
Who
old.
wins?
20 years old.
I'm 5 years older than that. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
he's
ever watch those
25.
like Eric the Midget videos that he was doing when he would call into the show like the later
Fuck
years?
you piece of shit.
You have like Eric the Midget's hair, which is funny. He's only 25, so it's all falling out, but it's got
Right.
that weird
So
little.
my hair is falling
gross
out.
thing.
But at least I'm confident and can accept that.
Oh,
I'm
you're
a
real
man.
confident. Everyone
no,
watching
listen,
this thinks you're a really
I'm a
confident
man
guy.
who accepts my hair. is falling
Okay.
out,
Okay.
And I'm not in denial.
Shut
Beloved
up.
chat,
This
why
guy's
are you
mic's
so
garbage.
concerned with another person's cock, final boss? Like obsessed, like you are gay.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly,
Dude, he's a
This
fag.
is what irritated me with
This
him.
is
It's
what
like
they
I don't
do,
ever
even though
talk
Abba has
about any
shoved
of
it
this
in my
stuff.
face for
These
3
people are
hours.
obsessed with people, my genitalia and people's.
No,
genitalia
you've
that-
shoved it in my face for hours.
Win,
And you
win,
come back to
win,
fucking
bro.
shove-
Win.
I don't
Win,
know.
bro. Like, I don't know either, dude. This guy sounds like an actual fucking raging fucking alcoholic gay. Like, dude, look at his mouth's even open right there. He's ready for it to be inserted into him. He's a fucking fag. Look at this guy's mouth, dude. He's like, please pleasure me. He's a fag.
It's
No
epic,
wonder
bro.
your 2-star fucking retarded, incel whore of a girlfriend left your ass on a wedding day for a proposal, dude. You're legitly Karmic 2.0. Like, it's disgusting, dude. Like, look at you, bro. You're a loser. You're a piece of shit. You're garbage. You're nothing. You're not a man. You're actually somewhat of a fucking nuisance to society at this point.
It gets better, bro.
Go ahead.
Oh, I've tried to avoid it a million times, you stupid fuck.
Hold up. Go ahead, Malware.
Teddy.
Read this.
You stupid fucking.
Diaper rash,
Final
yeah.
boss has diaper rash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and that means I'm wrong, and I'll admit I'm wrong. Because
No,
the
they're
girls
just
get to
saying
me
that
and
you're
I'm
a
really
retard.
insecure. You guys win.
Man, he's a real loser.
Right, exactly. I'm a loser.
I won. I win. Good.
He's a fag, not a loser.
Hey,
No, when I think
untrackable.
about when I think about you, I touch myself.
Hobo, make yourself useful. Read this one.
Beloved chatter. Me, did you say Ava?
You know, okay. Maybe I'll
No, he
change
said-
that.
Go ahead, Ava. Whoever,
Hey,
someone
he
read this
said
shit.
fucking faggot. Read this. So I'll.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa,
Come
whoa, whoa.
on, that's out
Go
of
ahead.
line,
Keep
man.
playing.
Okay.
Did they get rid of him because of the
Dude,
fag
so
word? Dude, they're
ridiculous.
kind of fags for that. I'm gonna be on his side on that
Below-
one. They're kind of faggy for that. Like you can't handle fag. Wait, go ahead, keep playing.
Yeah, I think part of their thing is like that's part of their gimmick too. Is they constantly throw people off and bring them back. So it's kind of just the
Okay.
vibe of the show.
Okay,
But,
okay. It was
they're
just
getting annoying.
circumstantial. Gotcha.
Yeah, he comes back in a minute here.
Cheddar.
I want the details on who this girl, supposed maybe fiance is.
This is
Like,
where
who's she?
doxing comes from.
Have you ever got her on the show? Like, who is she? I want to talk to her about.
I highly doubt it. I don't think she's probably not in this world at all. Sorry, whoever's reading. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, let me go ahead and finish this reading.
Yeah,
Final boss's voice gets lower when he does an Ava impression.
Oh no.
Hey guys,
No,
the
you were-
The
Karmic X.
untrackable. We still good?
Do you hear what
Me and you?
comes out of his head though? Like that is some like.
Is he gone for
Wow.
good?
Joe Rogan type
Oh,
shit,
guess
bro.
so.
Oh,
Poor fella.
Did he jump off himself?
You had not have done that. He's just a boy. Poor little
Oh,
boy.
what happened to
my
that little
God.
creep?
Povo kicked him out, and he said,
I-
"Sonny said fuck
Oh,
it."
good job, Povo. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Povo.
You're welcome, guys.
Okay, finally you did something right.
You fast forward, see when he
For the
comes
first
back.
time in my life.
Okay.
Dumb.
They're pretty
He's
much
not
just
doing-
laughing.
I know
about
it's fun. If you're gonna be honest.
Aw.
I mean, I'm involved.
me. Here he
Give me a
is.
little mug.
There he is.
The meatball's back.
Okay.
So they're being goop.
Was it like that? Was that like him playing a character? Was that like what? Is that him?
Yeah, I
Hey,
think
but
more.
you
Ava.
be the judge.
Beloved chatter. Ava fucks chicks more than Final Boss.
This
I
is a
punched it up.
Yeah,
I
you
tried
did.
to tell you so many times, like over 3 hours. This is a character. And
So
you
what's
keep
the
going,
real you? What's the real you like?
You don't
Oh,
want to know.
I like to suck fucking dicks, and I like to
I
Here
don't
it
think that
is.
you're
That's
gay.
the truth.
I don't think you're gay.
really.
I
really
think he,
funny
you know what?
stuff.
I think
The
the real
tranny, I don't
life
think you're
final boss
gay.
may
I'm
have
bisexual.
a very cartoony fox costume. Maybe. What do you
Ooh,
think,
No,
Joe?
honestly,
Like a
furries
furry.
disgust me. I like Sonic the Hedgehog so much, as many people like Dr. Chow have tried to tell you,
Christian.
but I'm not a
Cheers.
fucking furry. Just like people.
So he referenced me there because yeah, like I noticed this like obsession with Sonic the Hedgehog, and just to poke at him a little, I brought it up a couple times, and now he's like, oh yeah, like well, you know all this stuff about Sonic the Hedgehog, but this is where it gets really really good. So tune in on this.
People like Star Wars. I like Sonic the Hedgehog. Get the
I
fuck
get it.
over it.
You are
That's a
not
weird
scoring-
one.
I
you
get
are
it.
I've
not
never heard of
scoring
that.
points with
Just get the fuck
untrackable.
over it. I like
There's a
a
You're
thing-
not
thing.
scoring points, man.
The
Oh,
thing-
hold on.
You know, like on the Stern, you know, like JD from the Stern Show when they
Yes,
found
that
out
fucking piece of shit. Yes.
when they found out that his username was the badass. And
Da-
it's-
yeah, Daba.
I feel like
No,
that's
it's
the final
Daba.
boss, dude. It's
It's,
like
it's Daba. It's Daba.
TJ, this is for you, new kid.
New kid.
Tej.
Read it.
Hey,
Read it.
Read
Say
it,
it.
damn
You
it.
mean it, Jimmy the Lip?
Wait,
Question
Holy
for the
shit.
new kid who would fuck Final Boss.
No, fuck that, TJ.
Skull
Jimmy
fuck.
the Lip. I want you to say it to me like you mean it.
question the new kid. Wait. Question for the new kid. Would you skull fuck final boss? Wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah,
Wait, yeah,
Jimmy
who's
the
the
Lip.
new kid?
We're talking to you.
Oh,
Is it
no,
Jimmy the
I'm
Lip?
not gay. You know, do your
Yeah.
I
thing.
think
You're
that
not?
Jimmy is
Mm.
gay, but he's just never gonna.
No,
know it.
he's not.
Ava,
No.
Ava, I'm not an acid. You can't turn me. Nice
You
try.
said her name. By the way, Ava,
I'm not trying to
the
turn you.
only
I
one.
just I think
I
that-
know. It happens all the time.
I'm the
They
only
try
one
to
who
turn
says
me.
Ava's name's right. I'm the only one who
Okay, intern, mute everyone.
Click.
Beloved chatter,
Interns
who
not
has
real,
gotten
it's
more
Papa
pussy
Kill.
in the last 5 years?
Definitely not me.
No, between Ava and
Oh.
Final Boss.
Ava.
No, it's
for
Ava.
sure.
It's
Shut up!
Ava.
I say Ava.
Oh, me for sure.
Now, Mira, I don't know if you've caught on, but I guess Ava's into chicks still or whatever.
Oh, the middle person, yeah.
Yeah, and then so they're asking like who gets more women.
No, I'm hip.
This
I'm
is-
hip. I'm hip.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Believe it or not, I agree with Papa Kill. Her name's Ava.
Okay.
In the
Okay, so
last
Ava,
5
Ava
years?
says she's got late or yeah, more
There's
pussy
no
than Final
question.
Boss.
I don't even think Meatball would. question that.
Ava, can I ask you respectfully
Yeah,
when
me,
the
bro.
last time you got laid was?
That's
Like last week.
Did you use your penis?
Yes.
Was it a man or a woman or?
That's fucking you,
It's
idiot.
a woman.
Fuck
It's
shit.
a woman.
that's
All
wild.
right. Well, last time I got laid was April 7th. So you got my
That's a
details
weird
up.
thing to respond to that with a specific date.
No,
That
no,
kind of-
you were-
April
were
7th, I was
Nope.
last laid. It's in my diary.
No one uses-
and yeah, I'm not gay, guys. So yeah, let's keep knocking it forward. Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
fag.
Like, out of curiosity, I went and looked. I think like April 7th was like a Tuesday or something.
It's a Tuesday. I wrote it down in my diary. Hey, it's me. I'm Master Final Boss, and I like Karmic. Hey,
So, you know, I don't know.
I'm
he
gay.
didn't
Go
have
ahead.
a lot of confidence there.
Last time I got
Hey,
All right.
Yeah, final
Yeah,
boss.
everyone
I
gets laid
Ava.
all the time.
remember the exact day is crazy.
Yeah,
The
that's
exact day,
psychotic,
like 3
actually.
or 7 weeks.
It's 3
ago.
years and
These
something
things
else.
are-
I'm a fag, and I like video games. Well, my name's Final Boss, and I am like to commit suicide on every other weekend. Hey, I'm single.
This guy's a fag. Keep going.
Well, men say like April 7th.
Hey,
was
it's me,
6:15.
Final Boss. I'm a complete faggot, and I don't like to admit it, but you know, if you got a dick, I'll make it quick.
Go ahead.
And he has no grasp of time because he says it was 7 weeks ago, and that April 7th is like a few months ago. It's like several weeks. Or it's
Only
like
a few
it's
months
dozens
ago.
of weeks ago.
Oh,
So his timeline's way off on that.
I'm way off that.
Have you ever
It's
heard the
very
Well, I mean,
odd
the
Huey
day
Lewis?
exists.
No normal person would have responded with April.
Right. I don't
7th.
remember the last time I got
Like,
laid.
no
even
one-
though it was
I
very
can't remember the
recent.
last
That
time I
must
got
mean I'm a
laid.
virgin.
It's
going.
like
No one
like
says
an
I
don't remember the
argument.
last
It's
time-
like a constant
Do you
argument.
know what the word
It's been
straw
happening
man
for an hour
is?
and a half.
It must be
Straw man
exhausting.
means?
It
Like,
must
that's
be
like-
exhausting.
That must mean I'm a virgin. I remember when I got laid.
Wear your
2 weeks
sunglasses
ago.
and
I
look
remember
cool,
my
dude.
mother laid on me.
It must be
There you go.
exhausting to constantly.
These aren't sunglasses.
It must be
No, I'm
exhausting.
talking to you.
Okay,
Talking to Dubai.
shut up, Jason Gilbert. This is like gay Bollywood circles. Shut the
Right.
fuck up, boy.
Right,
Aren't you that
right.
fucking piece of shit that eats Cheez-Its and
Boy,
fucking
that's
gets all
racist, dude.
drunk
This
and high and
content's
watches My
racist.
Sweet Little Prince? Go suck a dick,
really?
you bum. Yes,
Jesus,
that's
your
it.
mom.
I've never
dude.
seen that guy in my life.
Oh, I have never.
Oh, he shut up like a retard one time.
Like
Oh.
a black man.
He
Oh,
scared
well,
the shit out
one
of Dexter.
one time. And so
Yeah.
Who was that?
who?
You know?
I can't
Oh,
remember.
that is
We knew it.
I'm not even gonna answer that question.
you little shit.
We knew it.
I'm not even gonna answer that question.
Do you
Meatball, Meatball, like you, considering you're a grown 20 man, do you think
Yeah.
that maybe having that like castle background, like a fucking 8-year-old, might be a little bit, you know?
That's true. Evil.
Like, what are you doing?
It's Castlevania.
What are you?
What are you fucking? Like,
Excuse me, it's not Castlevania. It's actually from Dragon Ball Z, episode 24 from 27, and yeah, it's when Goku goes to fight and gets resurrected. So like, you don't know what you're talking about. So like, go get a life, you fag. Get pussy.
He's a
Well,
fag.
it's great because it's a good question, and then watch how he tries to justify it.
Yeah.
I
Revenge is the
get it.
key
I'm
word
you're
there.
a villain and all that. But like, what are you,
Ava, I've
12?
tried to tell you a
What are
lot
you, like
of
a
times.
12-year-old though? Like that's what 12.
I've tried to tell you a lot of times, Ava. Hitting like at the surface level doesn't do anything. Yes, my name is the final boss. I create a castle like that represents the final boss, aka
Oh.
Bowser.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
I don't have a green screen.
So there's Bowser, and
Mm.
I don't play video games, but I did when I was younger. And Robotnik is like the little image he uses all the time. That's the
Yeah.
bad guy in Sonic, who like Jim Carrey plays in the movie. Yeah. So
Hey, I-
Bowser's the Mario guy.
I gotta take a quick piss. Talk to the chat real quick before I come back. I'll be back in a second, bro. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gotta get going.
I don't want to miss any of this with you. So
No, I gotta see this.
I can
Yeah, I'll be right
see
back.
a lot of heads in the chat. I can't pull anything up, but it's like a lot of the people who are hip to the final boss and his antics. So yeah, it's super niche what this is, but like I spot these guys like a mile away. Like we had Joey C. We did an interview with Joey C on July 3rd, 2023, before he'd ever done a long form interview. So a lot of the people like you end up seeing, like I had MKE on my show with Patty Broken Skull before he was ever on MLC. So I like know all these guys like before, and I'm telling you, this final boss guy is like, he's a legend in the making, you guys. Like he really is like hilarious, bro. So like I hope, like, as you see, a lot of the heads here know like what's going on with this guy and how this kind of plays out, because it's so funny. And I hope he just keeps like building on this final boss, whatever he is, thing, and it entertain us for like years and years to come. But yeah, what is this? Yeah, people are saying a connoisseur of oddities. I've seen him. I've seen Final Boss on X, but never really followed him or knew all about this. Like, so his thing is he's really big into Rob Saul. He's really big into Clown Town, and now he's like a Karmic X super fan. So it's like these smaller, like niche show type things is where he's kind of hanging out. So hopefully, if you really want to like holler at him or get his attention, go over to Karmic X. He's always over there acting a fool. So
let's run it.
It's better than showing the white wall
No,
behind
the critique isn't about
Yes.
It's the critique is
So
about
so
the
who
technology.
fucking cares what my background is? You,
You
stupid
notice how
fucking
you notice how he
pretend
had to
woman.
change that around to make it about
Who
the green
cares,
screen?
you pretend woman? Would you rather look at a white wall behind me? If
No, I'm
not,
asking. No, I'm asking you
congratulations,
why.
there's a
I'm asking you.
castle.
I'm asking you why your choice is this castle. Like, what are you,
Because
12?
my name is the final boss. It's not rocket science.
Like what?
You
But yeah,
pretend-
that's
It's Elden Ring, bro.
He's like
Okay,
9.
Dexter's name is Big W. Papa Kill's name
No,
is
it's
Papa
not.
Kill. Everyone has their reasons for coming. Malware's name is Malware.
No, I believe Povo
Et cetera,
changed.
Why-
et
but
cetera.
you're the
No,
one-
but you know what? We actually do live up to those names, Final Boss. Except
Yeah.
for you.
I
Everyone
believe.
knows
your face.
yeah,
If
you're
you
playing
showed your
this-
face, Papa Kill. It wouldn't go quite as similarly.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
he's not playing some.
Motherfucker,
I
I would
played
actually kill you.
Oblivion.
Shut up.
What is the castle about?
I will actually kill you.
yes, you will, boy.
I mean, I get the final boss name. I get
It's actually Phil Elmore.
Give me the list.
Is that-
I've
like
come
the-
to
Jimmy,
the final
Jimmy,
gen-
Jimmy.
Phil Elmore, another OG that we had on.
Oh, I
Remember
love
that guy?
Phil.
Phil, Sensei Phil, shout out. You know, he's a big I still keep in touch with him. He's the best. Knife fighting extraordinaire. Go check out his new book,
Yep, great books. Yeah.
Duke Manfist, if you recall.
Tukman.
We'll proceed.
It's like the final boss of the trolls. He's like the
Wait,
the
arguing.
last troll
Jimmy.
you gotta face.
Ava got it. Wait, Ava got it. Repeat that.
What?
Repeat what you said.
Beloved chatter, bro is cosplaying as Bowser. I told him to get
I have a
Yeah,
journal.
get a fucking journal or a coloring book.
Jimmy,
Either or.
Jimmy, I feel like that point you're making would make sense if he wasn't like also this person that we find out is very weak and blocks people. Like he's provoking people. He's
Okay,
like,
you're
"I'm a
right. You
boss."
know,
but then
know
he acts like a
nothing-
lot
pussy
of
every
time.
time someone reacts to it. It's
All
kind
right,
of
you know,
not a final
and
boss.
I
See,
know
Ava,
nothing about.
Ava, you like to think people here are genuine and are just trolling for the fucking fun. There are people here who will ruin
Are they
your life.
genuine or trolling?
Call
Because
your
these group us
job.
together.
Call your parents. Call your fucking brother. People here are mentally ill. Of course I blocked them. You stupid fucking bitch. Of course I did.
Are
Use
you
that
mentally
against me
ill?
more.
Holy shit, Final Boss, are you blonde?
Yes, I am. But
They just
because
noticed that. Actually,
Or
they're
the
kind of
dishwater.
sharp.
Swamp
Oh,
Water blonde.
Dirty dishwater.
life, you're
Dirty dishwater blonde.
blocking.
I think you're
people
just.
who-
I think you're
Oh, no,
dishwater
get close.
blonde.
Get
and it's just your
closer.
page
No, is that
ID.
real? Do you dye your hair or is that natural?
My hair is naturally blonde.
Are
You should go
those
platinum.
bangs?
Final boss, you got a nice smile. No homo.
Did you say those bangs?
Yeah.
Holy shit, he does have
I think he
bangs.
did.
How would you
Cut my
describe
own
your
hair.
hairstyle?
I cut my own hair. Like
Do you?
Untrackable.
Meatball. If you had to explain what your hairstyle is,
He's a good Aryan brother.
Hold on. I think I can do bangs right quick.
I would explain Ava.
Caesar cut.
Bang,
Oh,
bang, bang.
Untrackable's got
No,
bangs for days.
All right. So MGD put something up referencing me. I assume she had seen at this point I jump in the chat. And at this point, like, just they're about to pull up my chat, but just watch his reaction to when he realizes like I'm watching and in the chat. It's just epic, bro.
Yeah, sure. I see it.
Untrackable. Are we still good? We're still good, right?
Fucking
Where'd you go?
Oh, laughing in his face.
Untrackable's the best ever, man.
I wish I had that.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Now that's a man. When fucking comics talks about a man, right
Yeah.
there, that's a
Fuck
man.
yeah, man. He don't give a fuck. He gives no fuck.
Dr. Chow popped in the
Oh,
chat.
let me read this.
Yeah, there you go.
There it
All right,
is.
everyone, shut up. Dr. Chow.
All right, I'll shut up.
He's skinwalk karmic. That is hair to look like.
Oh god, Call of Duty vibes right there, bro. Hey man, we're not playing
That
Fortnite,
is hair
big
to
dog.
look like his gay hero.
Wait,
Oh,
what did he
that'd be
say?
some
What'd you
truth there.
say? What'd you say?
I said he's skinwalking karmic. He dyed his hair to look like his gay hero because like karmic's got that blonde hair. So I was just
with the hair fading out, yeah.
So I was just making a joke because everything he's been doing lately is just copying karmic. Like he does the AI music. Now he's an AI music artist, and now he's the real man. And now his new Twitter bio, he hails from the Valley of Men. And everyone else is dickless and he's awesome and all this shit. So he's just copying them. But I wanted to play into that a little bit.
Right.
The hair color of his this isn't working with that pale, gross, like doughy, weird face. Like he needs
You
to
blew up your
contrast
mic.
it.
Yeah, your mic's all fucked up. Final
Oh,
boss.
you broke your shitty mic.
Yeah,
Final
I gotta
boss.
get a new
That's the mic.
headset, fatty.
I can
just
kinda
like your
hear you.
Piazza hero. You broke your mic.
Your
test.
headset left you just like your last girlfriend.
Oh,
I'll check beat final boss. I
Check
mean,
one, two.
Let's
untrackable.
keep it friendly.
You don't want to light that beat on fire.
Friendly hate.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
feel-
there you go.
Can you hear me?
So Dr. Chow.
Hold up. Someone read this, damn it. Shut up, boy. Someone read this.
It's like a pack of hyenas.
I can't even.
What the hell's going on here?
I can't.
Yeah,
even.
pack of behind.
Now,
Right.
are you happy?
Hold up. Let
Awesome.
Malware read this.
Castle
Hold on.
behind him. Makes sense
I don't
because
know.
That's my shitty internet provider.
It's too much. I gotta mute myself. I can't.
See,
even.
I don't think people like him are gay. I think he's like these people that like have like a 20-year-old Chinese real doll that they fuck and they want compact Asian women like, and they're just like, because that's how they have power and control, because they're like
Very
really
descriptive, Ava.
Yeah,
Ava.
that is a
What
little
is it?
weird.
Very.
Ava.
It sounds like
You
it's
are
a personal
tranny, so it's a
fucking
little
affront to
strange, but
her.
yeah.
Right, Jimmy the Lip?
I mean, I'm just saying he's very descriptive, you know.
Right.
Got it.
It's almost a little personal for Ava.
there's an archetype
Yeah,
of
it's
like
so
online guys.
personal.
Right.
that
Well,
are really
you know
into
what?
that
I will
anyway.
turn off my
I know.
background, Ava, and I will show you my entire apartment to show you.
I'll
Show me your
turn on my
penis.
background and I talk privately behind closed doors. Obviously, no cameras.
This guy, dude, is a fag. Keep going, bro.
He's always trying to flex something.
Not
Turn
here.
on
No,
your
not here,
cameras.
though.
No, not here. No, shut up. Shut the fuck up,
Shut
Alba.
up, ski mask.
How
Let's
big is
see
your
the
penis?
piece. Let's
Are
see
you-
the
Yeah,
piece.
let's know.
How
How
big
big's
is
the
your
noggin,
penis?
bro? How
We
big
all
is the
got asked
juice?
that question.
I'm
Holy
average.
shit, go DM him that.
I'm average,
Okay.
maybe slightly close to above.
Dr.
but-
Dr.
Chow?
Chow, I
No,
missed
no,
the
no.
fake fiance story. Ask more about that.
But kill. Shut the.
Yeah, get him out
Hi,
of here.
you.
Walmart mic's not
Sorry
working
about that
right.
one, guys.
He looks like he's about to sing like a new metal song.
Yes, he does.
I'm all ears.
it's okay.
Dr.
It's okay.
Chow.
It's okay.
During a weekday on a Wednesday, spend 12 hours. Might I reiterate, 12 hours.
You
in
did?
the Karmic X chat.
That was
Pretending-
funny. That was funny
pretending-
that like he
No,
said
but
he was
Ava-
engaged, and then
Ava,
he was like,
remember-
actually, I was thinking about asking someone to marry me later.
Ava, remember, he had the freedom and the wherewithal to spend 12 hours on a Wednesday in Karmic's chat pretending to be his friend. That
Oh,
sounds like someone who has nothing going on in their life.
Somebody,
someone
actually,
who's-
somebody that keeps tabs.
Hang on,
on
pause
that,
it, pause it,
like,
pause it,
that-
pause it. Chow, what do you got to say to that? Because he's calling you up, bro.
Yeah, so this is he loves telling this story, and I can tell you exactly what happened.
Okay.
This is like when Karmic was having his first crash out,
Yeah.
over that Taz and Pat Dixon stuff. And what happened was Taz and Pat Dixon they did a show. So final boss was being, you know, Karmic's biggest dick rider, you know, super
glazing, sloppy Joes.
Karmic, everything. And then he had that crash out, and final boss the night before went on Pat Dixon's show to laugh and mock Karmic. So he was on his enemy's
chat, right?
No, he was on the show.
Oh, he was on the show.
yeah. So he was on the show, like laughing and mocking Karmic. So, and I was watching the show the next day of Karmic, this 12-hour thing. I don't know where he got this, but the reason he's so mad is I was just doing a creative exercise. So one of my things is like creating nicknames from like fecal blob, fetal trough,
life form.
Well, yeah, but it was all a play off the final boss, like
right.
Fetal Haas. You know, I was just doing it like in the chat. Like I'd come up with like 100 unique nicknames for him, but I was just trying to like you know, egg on Karmic to realize like Karmic, this guy is like, he ain't with you, you know, like type thing. So that's why this is why he took it so personal. Like I wasn't trying to be friends with Karmic. I was just kind of trying to egg him on, but it was also more of like just a fun, like creative thing. So he gets this idea in his head that it's like this big 12-hour thing. And because of that, I suck.
It's a psyop. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's attached himself to this. Like the fact that this happened is like some huge win for him and some huge L for me. I still don't understand why, but he brings it up all the time. So we'll see. And Ava like responds properly, like, who cares? What are you talking about?
There's nothing going on in their life, and that's you in this.
Okay. So Dr. Chow has everything going in his life for spending.
I don't know or
on
care
a
about
Wednesday.
Dr. Chow,
You
but
should.
I'll let your voice go low.
You win. You win.
No,
Dr. Chow has everything going for him because he spent 12 hours on a Wednesday.
Look at these profiles this guy has on these people. He's a what a life this guy has.
Yeah, what a life I have, because one Wednesday out of the, I don't know, 85, 90 Wednesdays an entire calendar year. I found
actually,
a
it's
Go ahead. I'm just.
So this has become like a running joke. Like he's saying like one Wednesday out of beloved chatter. If you're watching, I know you love this shit. He thinks there's between 85 and 90 Wednesdays in a year. You know, of course, he's the most intellectually superior, and no one can defeat him, and all this type of stuff. But
high genetics.
Yeah, basically, based on how the calendar works, there's always 52 weeks in a year, so you should be able to figure that out. Final blob, but. We'll continue on.
Fucking stupid faggot troll in a chat. That means
faggot troll.
He said maggot.
What?
It was maggot. He said maggot. I heard
Wednesdays.
it. It was M there. I heard it. It was M.
It was M.
Yeah. Just came out
it was
too
an
fast to
M.
sound
Maggot troll.
you heard
No,
He got-
let him fuck up his own channel. Fuck him.
He got
Oh,
he
come
got yeah, he got
No, he's gone. He's gone.
Oh, I got
Dexter-
passionate.
The chubby gave me a chubby.
Jesus,
Going on.
dude, this show is garbage. But
Yeah,
keep going.
Talking about the hours.
Anything about that?
Why
What?
they so
Most people.
Natural.
Fickle bullshitting. Okay, I get it.
Fickle bull. I can't keep up with it.
If you want the whole saga, go check out Clown Town, the whole episode. I'm just fast forwarding. They kind of go over the history of Chris Chan. It's a whole thing, but this
Right,
is another
yeah.
thing that triggers
Sonic
him.
Hedgehog guy, yeah. With
Yeah,
the
we
Pikachu
mentioned
thing.
it.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna get to the grand finale of this episode where he comes back and finally just crashes out for one final time. But
All these nicknames.
The hedgehog is a major concern. His Chris Chan.
30s when he was doing all that. He
Who's-
took this creepy guy who was a.
Oh.
Using
All right.
that.
You sick that he thought it was okay. So now the joke, the big joke on the internet is everyone who likes Sonic must want to fuck his own mother and go to prison. Wow.
There's not plot to murder.
Not all true, final boss. It's not true. Not everybody.
Yeah, man.
Jimmy the
yeah,
Lip is the
calm down,
nicest guy
bro.
here besides Dexter. That's my words of the night.
What about me?
Fuck
Yeah,
you, Povo.
Povo's
Hobo,
nice.
you,
fence
you
riding.
have been against him. the
Hobo,
entire
you
night.
fence
I've
riding
been-
motherfucker.
I've been listening.
Hobo, read this.
Fence riding? What's wrong with fence riding?
Hobo, read
You
it.
Fence riding bitch.
Oh,
I'm more of a fence rider than you, but you've leaned. You've leaned.
I lean
No.
hard as fuck.
Come on, man.
Yo,
Hobo's
crazy.
fucking Tom
You're not
Sawyer.
gonna-
Fucking
you're gonna-
painting a fence. He's gonna
No,
go off
Hobo's
on
a
an
good
adventure.
Nobody's attacking Povo on my wall.
Okay.
Anyway,
Understood.
Anyway, I don't know all the Sonic the Hedgehog lore, so I apologize.
Basically, some autistic guy raped his mother and created a Pikachu Sonic.
He knows it via
combination.
verbatim, bro. He knows it
And you have
verbatim.
one
He
of
knows.
He was the
That's
yes.
so
I wear a
crazy.
Sonic
He
True
knows
medallion every
verbatim.
night before bed, and I kiss it goodnight.
Have you ever
Do you?
fantasized? Have you ever fantasized about raping?
Yes,
a
I
woman?
fantasize about.
Oh
fucking
my
mom
gosh,
and
we're
Sonic.
not your
using
mom.
bad words
Probably
again.
fantasize about rape.
Stop.
This
Bad
is pause it real
words.
quick. Pause it real quick.
Bad words.
And this is a joke. He probably fantasizes about for lawyers or in case homeboy decides to grow some balls and attack me later. This is a joke. I'm sure he probably fantasized about raping his girlfriend who said no to him because as a man's man, you never take no for an answer. You gotta just plow through.
Yeah, I mean that's
As they
that's the way. But yeah, so people who don't know the Christian lore, it's like a famous internet thing. But now I love how watch this part because I think he brings
Yeah.
me up back into it for some reason.
Gotta put
that-
a G in
Wasn't
front of
me
the
Jesus.
Okay. Hold up.
Please
Untrackable. You
stop.
read this.
God damn it. Are you trying to get us canceled?
All right, let
Beloved
Untrackable read this.
The lore of Sonic and Pikachu isn't helping your case, final boss.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
what? ask
seriously.
Dr. Chow. Ask Dr. Chow who brought it up initially. Maybe he's the world's biggest.
You still
maggot.
know it. You still know it.
Yeah, but Dr. Chow knows it better than anybody because he's the world's biggest superior man.
You know. Well, so. You
Oh,
still
are you
knowing
Chow? He
I
called
guess-
you
I
out
mean,
there.
if it's like
You're-
between me and him, probably. But I don't know. About
I mean,
the
yeah.
world big-
I mean, you're balling, bro, and he's a
Yeah.
fucking incel.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You never see me running around saying I'm the man. I'm HNIC, any of that type of shit. I say I'm a mega G, but that was given to me, so all that shit. But yeah, like now he's saying I'm the superior man, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a compliment. That's a
It is.
compliment.
It is.
Like what?
Right.
What is
so
your
Dr.
life?
Wait, Ava, are you saying Dr. Chow's also a loser for knowing about it?
I don't know him. I know you're a
Right,
loser.
but he knows about it. So what is that?
Okay, calm down, both of you.
That's what I
Let me
thought.
read this.
Dr. Chow's
There goes the mic
Don't
again.
say it. Don't fucking say it, you shit.
I did.
It's
I
exhausting.
did it.
Is he mean?
I paused
Yeah,
for
he's like,
He's
yeah.
gonna say mag.
Okay, Mumble
Dr.
Slam.
Chowder.
Everyone who's won a Sonic Chew medallion has been cursed. Nick Ricida was seen wearing one. Is this true? Holy shit.
Oh, that's that lawyer that got.
So there is some lore with a bunch of different streamers wearing this thing and all that. So I don't really want to.
No, I have no idea. Yeah, fuck it.
Got in trouble for doing a
Yes,
whole bunch of.
actually, Lawyer. How about you shut the fuck up?
Jimmy, be
Let's-
careful, buddy.
Let's go to prison. Say,
TJ, what's that?
I think he.
Ain't around your little kids.
15 to 60. Yeah, probably.
Okay, fair.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this is kind of the grand finale. Like I had brought up something that had came up earlier about the fiance, and this is like a very, I guess I didn't know anything about it until this episode, but this is a very painful thing for him or a triggering thing. But Karmic also has this story of like some chick who like was a runaway from the law that like stayed with him or something one time.
Oh, a true, yeah.
Tells the
Bonnie
story
and
of-
Clyde vibe, yeah.
Yeah, he tells the story all the time, so I'm like, whatever. So I just thought, yeah, I'll ask which one's more real, what story. So, and this makes him just go mental.
Final boss, read this.
Like he's just staring. He doesn't know what to do.
Oh, he's broken.
He's
Dexter,
dead.
you read it.
He's frozen.
Damn it, Dexter! I told you not
I
to
have,
chomp too
a
hard.
lot of words, and I'm not allowed to say them.
Dexter, you're muted. All right.
You're muted. You
Dr.
fuck.
Chow, who is more real, Karmic's runway girlfriend from Florida or Final Boss's fiance?
Chow is just in disbelief.
Yo.
Ava like that. Ava like that.
Ava loved that because she's insecure with herself, just like Chow is. She wants
Oh,
to.
yeah, I'm
She
really
wants to
insecure.
chop off her dick. Chow wants to chop off his own fucking face.
Have we
Why?
ever-
Why should that bother me?
This guy's
would
an
he wanna
idiot.
chop
This guy's
Chow's
actually
never
stupid.
fucking sniffed a pussy, and I'll tell you, he spent 12 hours.
He has kids. Final boss.
Chow.
Oh,
If
fuck.
Chow
Chow's
has
got kids?
If
Yes,
Chow
it
has,
does.
Thank you for doxing Chow. I hope your kids kill
Can we all
themselves.
just take? Can we all just take a
Chow,
everyone
Oh
has
my
Chow, I
god!
hope you walk in on your children hanging from a noose from this.
Oh, he hopes he walks
Dude.
in on them hanging themselves from a noose in your house. What do you think about
Yeah,
that,
so
bro?
yeah, so it's whatever. He actually believes it too. He really wants this. So like this is how
Yeah.
crazy this guy is. Like, and it was just that comment, like I don't know if you even call it a joke. It's a question. And he
No.
goes back into it
Yeah.
here, so we'll keep
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
And what makes it even better is the crash out after this in the chat, and I'll have to explain some of this to people.
Oh, how odd it is to
Dude.
be described as sniffing a pussy.
Dude,
Yeah, come on. I mean, I love sniffing them. Not gonna lie.
Okay, hold up. Final boss. Actually, Dr. Funkin raises a good point here. Is there anyone that you don't have a beef with?
That's kind of my point too.
yeah, it'd be
Who's the question towards?
Dexter, because
Oh.
he's not a fucking piece of shit to me. You'll come to realize.
Ooh, that was an
He's the one
interesting thing.
chowing you.
You hear that?
Yep. Nope. If put it this way, and I'll put this all on your
I'm
shoulders,
not.
Dexter. If I found out you're trolling me, Dexter, I will hang myself just like Chow's children. When I find out it's Chow.
You don't like that?
Okay.
When I find out he's Chow,
Okay.
I will kill myself. Just
Okay,
like
how
Chow's
about
Here it
children.
is. He's a
No, no, no.
suicidal
We're gonna make a
maniac.
special show. We won't do it on YouTube. We'll do it on the fucking on a
Good, Chow.
behind
I
a
hope your
paywall.
On a
children
Patreon.
kill themselves
Good for
when I find out.
membership.
Oh, that's
Oh,
gross.
that's
dude.
way,
Why?
That's way
Okay.
trackable.
God damn
I
it!
do not.
Why?
agree with that.
Why go to that?
Okay.
Okay, so whatever. It didn't bother me what he said about me.
Of course not, because you're securing yourself. Yeah.
But he starts putting Dexter up here, is like his buddy, and like he treats him like he's like some mentor. I don't know what their relationship is, but
Mentor?
I don't know what it is, but he's always like glazing Dexter, and he says, if I find out you're chowing me, then I'm gonna do it to myself.
Doodle, your kids though. Doodle, shut up, bro. Like, no one cares about it. Bro. No one's gonna do anything about any kids, bro. Like, I can't, dude. I can't. I want to say something real quick. I can't stand it when people are like, oh, what about them shitting on your kids? Who cares, bro? If it affects you as a man that someone's shitting on your kids to the point where you need to twig out, then you're not a secure man in your children and your family and what you're doing with yourself and how you're raising them. And you're a bitch.
Yeah,
Okay?
and we can move on from here at this
go ahead.
point, but because he doesn't come back. But what
No, yeah, let's move on.
what gets crazy at this point is he starts going off in the chat because they kick him off. They're like, we don't want you on doing this type of shit. So he starts going off in the chat and he's saying, this is my name. He's doxing himself. He's saying, he's asking who is Dr. Chow? I want him in my obituary. I want him on my gravestone. He's saying goodbye to everyone in the chat. He's saying it's happening tonight. It's all over. I'm miserable. I'm ending it. And he starts spazzing out on X too. So let me pull up his final tweet from the final boss at this point.
You know, hey, Doodle, I'm not a man, so whatever, Lemur. I mean, exactly. If you're a female, you should just shut the fuck up and not comment. Literally, men are talking, men are watching. So once you shut the fuck up, sit down like a little good bitch like you are, and just watch the show if you're going to do it. If you're going to talk, then your man or whatever have you needs to put you in line and tell you to shut the fuck up. So go ahead and Chow.
Yeah, so this makes him crash out like this fiance question. And what happens is
can you hyphen it up a little bit? I can't really see it too well.
Yeah, so it says my pretend fiance's
Yeah, here it
name
is.
was this Hannah something. She totally wasn't real, you guys. Clown Town, we're totally right, including Dr. Mega G. It's all fake, and it totally didn't happen. I'm totally a virgin. I think that's Big Dub.
I'm a total fucking bag.
Yeah. Yeah. So he posts this and then deletes his whole account and tells everyone, like, check the obituary tomorrow. You guys did this to me. It's all over. I can never do anything again. But like no one did anything to him ever. So this is his thing. Like we pointed out earlier, he's like telling everyone to like K themselves and like that, and he's the final boss and destroyer of all, and no one ever does anything to him. But then he brings it upon himself and he just crashes out, and and this happened. So yeah, it's crazy, bro.
It's just a secret level, man.
Yeah,
it's
so
his Bowser level, bro.
He crashes out. He's the victim all of a sudden, and he's gone for a few days, right?
Yeah. So, okay, keep going, because I'm gonna ask you a question here in a little bit, but keep going.
You want to ask me about that timeline, or you want to get over like the last couple days?
No, I want to get into so I understand that timeline. I understand he's a fag. You know, he talks to his tranny. He's intrigued, but he can't admit it because he's a Chad. So, you know, he has to act like, oh, you know, the right, the left, dude. What am I doing? Wait a minute, my dick ain't working. You know, so my question to you is this, though. So he's a big Karmic fan, right? You know, like big time. And, you know, man's a man. I know what a man is because I act like one. So my question to you is, what is the timeline with Karmic and him like truly like connecting as friends? Because you told me behind the scenes, I don't want to like rat you out, but he said like you're saying like they tell each other that they love each other.
Yeah,
I love you. Like Karmic, here's the thing: Karmic is a drunk old man who's alone in his house by himself, right, doing his show. Then you have Final Boss, who's a recently divorcee, whatever have you, who's young, you know, unaware, you know, insecure in himself and what's going on around him. And he meets an old gentleman like Karmic. And they both really connect with each other. And Karmic takes him under his wing, you know, because Karmic wants to show him a thing or two. Wink, wink. And you start seeing these two become buddies to the point now where publicly and privately they're saying they love each other. So that kind of raises awareness to like what's going on here and what truly is happening. And I want you to kind of like dive into that and like bring me to the point where like how this relationship with them started and where they're at now.
I don't know how deep it is, but they have this partnership with the music. And I think what we're going to get into here shortly is the music stuff with Final Boss, but I have seen him like say in his chat like I love you, and then he's been on the show and he's told Karmic like we're the same guy, we all relate, I'm the exact same guy as you. This is one of his things he always does, is he always tells everyone like we're the same, we're the best, you know, we're the same type of guy and all this. And
right, yeah. You know,
I don't know.
We all, you know, yeah, we all share the same vibe, you know, same love.
But with Karmic, it's like him and Karmic have this like special, like weird thing that's like I had poked fun at a couple times. Like I'll show you one. Basically, this meme, I can even show you because this is kind of what triggered partly some of the stuff that's going on with the two of them. So Karmic started doing the AI music like a month or two ago, and that's his thing. And all of a sudden, here, one sec, I gotta go see what's going on over here.
No, you're good, man. Yeah, I just kind of noticed like the dude is starting to like become Karmic, and it's not like in a, you know, like, oh, I respect you and put some things what you do into what I do. No, he's becoming him, and that is an issue. Because once you kind of like pass that threshold of like, oh, he's my hero, I like to look up to him, I like to like, you know, implement some things that he does with his life that inspires me. No. Final Boss is becoming Karmic. He wants to be Karmic. He's becoming him. And I find that disturbing because you lose all self, you know, you lose all being of yourself. Obviously, he has insecurities already because he's arguing with a transgender, you know, faggot about, you know, transgenderism and left and the right. So you're going to already tell he's on the fucking wall about who he is and what he's doing with himself. So then he has no security. So you got to think this individual has no security with himself. His tier 2 girlfriend dumps him at a wedding or whatever have you, because he's, you know, she sees the writing on the wall. You know, she'd rather get fucked by a black dude than this guy. So she leaves him. And this guy is scrambling. He's arguing with a tranny about his sexuality, about whatever have you, about dicks and cocks. He befriends Karmic, and Karmic's a fucking like Karmic's a loser. Karmic's a fucking garbage human being already. So you befriend that shit, you're already going down the tubes. And then he starts implementing who he is, what he is, and how he'll act. And that tells you everything right there. This man is a young man. He's young. Like I'm him and I are probably the same age. And I would never do this ever. And John, Win by 2, would never do this either. And this is why I respect John so much. Like John might, he jokes on the show. He jokes this, that. I think John's amazing because I know John is a real person. And I know John and I would never do this as younger guys who, do podcasts and whatnot. We would never subjugate ourselves and or put ourselves out like this guy does. He is truly showcasing that he is truly unstable, unhappy, and unknowing of who he is inside. And that showcases from a fucked up family. He was raised in a fucked up environment. He wasn't raised properly. He's like Chad Zumach. He was raised by somebody who couldn't teach him how to properly act and be who he is supposed to be as a human being in society. And you're seeing it firsthand. That's why he's saying, I'm going to commit suicide. If you're going to commit suicide, bro, run that fucking knife down your fucking arm long ways, not sideways. All right? You know what they say? Stripes for show, long ways for results. And you're not going to do it. Go ahead.
Sorry I popped off for a sec, but that's the thing. Like, and not to get into Karmic and stuff, but this is one of his things. Like, he's always about like that life of like suicide and all that shit. Because
it's fucking garbage, dude. It's garbage.
Yeah, it is. So he wants to. Yeah, this is the thing. I posted this because Karmic is like Final Boss is like Karmic's manager. Basically, he loads all of his music into Spotify and he promotes them and he does.
Oh, he's Karmic's manager.
Yeah, so and he wants to be like him. So I made this image and this triggered him into all this stuff. But basically, we find out that the Final Boss is actually an OG musician as well. So,
yeah.
Back in the day, like Karmic Final Boss used to go by this guy named Swervy. Yeah. So we ended up getting a bunch of his music, and it's like the same theme over and over again about this swervicide and
swervicide.
He's a SoundCloud rapper, and Lil Mir being in that game of music, we were like kind of listening to some the other day and talking about it and laughing or whatever. Peeping, it's not horrible, whatever, but
no, it's not. Here's the thing. Obviously, if it was like him, like screeching into the computer mic, yeah, that'd be hilarious in itself. But it's not that. There's a difference between horrible and really bad. Not even really bad. I'm sorry. I say like horrible and desperate. He knows what he's doing somewhat, but what he puts out is so fucking garbage and cringe that it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a kid screamed into a computer mic, I think that's horrible, but it's funny. But then you're like, oh, whatever. He's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. This guy knows what he's spent so long that he knows what he's doing, mic, interface and all that shit wise, you know what I'm saying? And he has the beats. It's the lyrics. Like with Willy Willy Willy, remember him?
Yeah.
It's like that. You're like, dude. You're like, yo. What are you
well,
doing?
It's funny because now John DiCaprio is covering Willy, and I don't know if you even knew that, Lil Mir, but John started getting into Willy stuff.
Willy stuff. His live streams he does.
Yeah, and some of his music. So we've had Willy on, and we've had a lot of musicians in this realm on. So I would have loved to have Final Blob come on for it, but
I sent him the link, but he ain't gonna come on with you on, bro.
Yeah, but do you want to show his page so we can give him a little promotion?
Yeah, let's promote this garbage. Hang on, add to stage. Here we go. So this is Swervy, and first off, I want to let everyone know. You look at the okay, hang on. You see 53 followers. He's been doing this for like 4 years, 5 years, so he's garbage. First off, and then you look at his banner. His banner, it's behind his profile screen for all the idiots watching this. It's got little kitten ears right here. That's kind of gay. I'm just gonna be honest. And then you see the XXX sad face. So he's in his feels. He's a little like a little down in the dumps. So you're like, okay, this guy, and then he's got the weird hermit, cape going on. So you're like, okay. So this guy's obviously edgy. He's on one. And the song I'm gonna play is called True Love, Love Lost. And this is one of the better mixed songs he has, but I want you to listen to the lyrics and like you need to understand this man is going through something right now that no one can comprehend. So let's just take a listen. Are you guys ready? Here we go.
I wanna be your hero, but you can't stay. You said it wasn't working, please don't go away.
Don't go away.
I wanna be your hero, but you can't stay.
Can't stay.
Girl, you're always on my mind like all day.
Okay.
You said it wasn't working, please don't go away.
Go away.
I don't wanna go through life without you, babe. I wanna be your hero, but you can't stay. I wanna be your hero, please don't go away. I wanna be your hero, but you can't stay. I wanna be your hero, please don't go away. I wanna fly to the top of the world with you. Wanna take all your worries right away from you. It's hard to get through the day when I'm not with you. I just sit here and I wonder when I can talk to you.
All right. I'm gonna stop it right there. First off, when you're making a song, never fucking do lyrics where it kind of like intercedes into the beat. Did you hear that, Chow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna play it right here. You guys are gonna hear it right here. Listen to how much garbage of an artist he is. You can't understand the beats per minute. Listen to this shit. Ready?
I'm tired of wondering who you're talking to. Tired of wondering when I can be with you. I'm tired of wondering if I can make it through. I don't know if I can do all this.
Their mind's hard as fuck.
Okay, pause it for a sec. So go to his albums because he's actually somewhat prolific and like people in the chat are saying this is his breakup album. But if you go back to some of his old shit,
yeah. Which album is it called?
I don't know. Go on there and let's see what he's got. So that's all like recent stuff from like when he broke up. But
I'm lost.
Yeah, maybe
Karmic,
swerve aside. Let's listen to
everybody. Fuck the trannies. What's up?
I think swerve aside. Go up.
Yeah. Okay.
Right there. That number 2. Yeah.
Swerve aside. Oh my god, this guy's gay. Oh, yo, man. Yo, bro. That iPhone, what is that like?
No, this is from 7 years ago too. So
okay,
I'm like his OG stuff,
These are the archives. Windows, produced by Windows. Hey, everyone, go buy beats from Windows. See stuff, obviously. Swerve fucks with them. So, go get that shit.
Yeah.
Playtime's over, nigger. Oh, you mean
I hate Windows. I hate Windows. I hate Windows.
It's Swervy, bitch. My name is Swervy, and I'll hit you with the facts. I got your girl sucking on me like she fiending for some crack. And I hit her with my bat, home run that pussy, call it cat. She got some whiskers, but it don't matter because her ass is fat. It go rat-a-tat-tat, I go splat. They like gotta go and hit from the back, get the pussy like soap. When I finish, I burp. Always the clip just to make the bird chirp. Ding dong, ditch the bitch. Say she need me 'cause I scratch that itch. Right like a bruise, like she say she a witch. She got some spells that make my dick twitch.
That's beautiful.
Yep. Completely different style. And he's actually somewhat prolific. If you go on there and look at all of his stuff, he's got tons of music.
Let's do one more.
Yeah. Go back and look at some of his other stuff because it's all different styles. I know he has some video game style stuff if you keep going. And he's got all this goofy art for all
Quarantine Chronicles. Mind control device. Princess Peach Lips. Yo, okay, hang on. Let's listen to this. Princess Peach Lips.
Yeah, I listened to this one. This one's great.
All right. What? What? Motherfucker in this bitch.
Big ruby lips like Princess Peach. She gonna give me kisses all on my cheek. When I gas her up, she guzzle it like Jeep. Now I got her bound down to my feet. Big ruby lips like Princess Peach. Blow me all night, I ain't get no sleep. Emoji her ass also like Peach. Big ruby lips like Princess Peach. Big ruby lips like Princess Peach. Mushroom so I grow big 4 feet. Shall be fucking her and Daisy like 3 times each. They sucking on my stick like they were 8 each. I just steal yo hoe like a Bowser. Oh bitch, I'm on fire like
Rawr.
He dropped a Bowser lyric in there, so
Rawr. Rawr. Rawr.
This guy is. I love it, bro. Yo, I love it. Please make it stop. We made it stop, bro. Rawr. Rawr XD.
well, now there's going to be a problem because we saw. If you want to put that up for a sec.
Yeah, sure. Dude.
I posted this today, but this is like a future storyline to develop. But so he's got this music about whatever, and then Karmic on June 24th said white rappers can't hold a fucking candle in the Valley of Men. White rappers are the epitome of dickless, and I kind of said like. I said something along the lines of like, wait, this is gonna be funny when the only other soy in the Valley of Men and his male lover turns out to be a white rapper. So Karmic, hate to break it to you, bro, but Final Boss is a white rapper. So your manager, your guy who's taking all your stuff and posting it on Spotify, creating images with his name over your pictures. That's all that's the facts, but not to backtrack here, but Final Boss, he disappeared for a few days. We thought, he might be done.
Sure.
But he pops back up and he's got this new X account. But
yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, so instead of being Duke's Final Boss, now he's the Final Boss. It's the same account, but now all of his stuff's protected. And instead of being the Dabble versus Ultimate Life Form, his new bio is something along the lines like, I won't let them get away with this anymore. I don't know who he's talking to, but this was his first post or his second post or whatever. And he posted this little picture of some vampire and he says, have you seen Wanted? Have you seen this troll? Wanted, dead, mostly dead, not alive. And it says the fecal blob. So he's back. He can't stay away for long. So,
So, Chow, you're a younger buck. You're in your mid 30s.
Late 30s, but yeah.
Yeah. As a younger guy, like my age, could you what is your take on a young man like this? Acting this way. Honestly, like, what is some like true deep? Like, what's I'm looking for? Like, I would say. Not like I'm trying to think advice you could give him to like kind of like settle him down a little bit. Hey, it's not that deep. It's not that like calm down. What can you say to him right now? Because I know it's not that deep for you. This troll shit. So like, what advice can you give to him?
Honestly, like with all of these people who watch or stream, and develop a cognitive dissonance and get too emotionally wrapped up in what's going on, I really think a lot of it has to do with alcohol. Like, I think he might, I think that's a lot of people, like drunk texting or drunk chatting in the chats and doing shit like that. Like, I think that can get people really wrapped up. So I think I'm not saying he's got a problem or anything, but the video game thing, like, I don't know. Like, I tell
that's fine.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, I want to get into MKE because part of the reason I And I've been telling MKE this. MKE is my homie from way back, you know. So like I've been telling MKE he's making the same mistake over and over again. And part of the reason I got hip to Final Boss was because of some cringe of him trolling MKE. And I talked to MKE, and he said he actually found like 25 accounts that like the Final Boss had made to try to troll him. So he got really caught up in trolling MKE. I didn't really like that, but I'll tell MKE the same thing. Like, dude, like the video games and combined with like the substances is probably part of the thing that's contributing to misery. I don't know. So I think it kind of applies across the board for a lot of this stuff. Probably the same with anyone who's, you know, getting way too wrapped up in this. So I would just say that, you know, probably first and foremost that, and then secondly, I don't know, video games is. And one thing that I want to touch on too, like he's saying, you know, I'm trying to chow people and befriend them just to don't some people get really into community when it comes to this stuff, so they want to be friends with these chatters, or they build out a
that's because they have nothing in real life, though. They have
I know,
no sense of community in real life. Yeah,
but that it's a double-edged sword when you start doing that, these e-communities and stuff, when you get too wrapped up into them and you try building a status around it. And you know, of course, everyone's a little susceptible to it. Of course, if you have other things going on, it makes it and I'm not saying I'm immune to any of this stuff too, you know, the attention, the draw to be involved in this type of media where it's it's two-way media. I always tell people, like, this type of thing, I can't go watch a movie, I can't turn on Netflix. I am addicted to the stimulus of the two-way communication, of being able to chat, being on the show, having this like whole realm of stuff. But I'm not like super invested to the point where emotionally I'm like attached. But I do get the dopamine and the drip of attention and all that stuff, that how it works. It's way more powerful than like, it's like playing a video game versus watching a video game. It's like watching listening to Joe Rogan versus like participating in it with all this chat and all this stuff.
It's totally different.
I know, but I mean, it's like it's another level of integration. And you've done a good job, Mir, because you don't really follow any of this stuff. But I can see how people get into like being in chats and being in and they jump from chat to chat because they want to see something live and it's a whole game.
I mean, that's because like I said earlier, though, like he's lost. It doesn't matter if you don't have a kid and a wife. It's just like he doesn't know who he is. He didn't have a good upbringing. His mom or dad wasn't there. They were absent to some extent, and he has no like true self-awareness of who he is. So he has to like dive into these communities, bro. To the point where he's spurging out, tweaking out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, maybe you wouldn't do this as a kid.
Probably not, but at the
probably
same
not
time,
to that extent. What he's doing. Are you going to say you're going to kill yourself?
No. But
yeah, you're not a fag, dude. This guy is obviously emotionally damaged, emotionally inept. He is somewhat of a disturbed person. And it's sad to see, because we don't need Chads like this. We don't need young Aryan brothers like this acting this way.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like it's the thing where once you start getting caught up in it. Like I will say, Mir, you're on this jag lately where it's all about, I don't know who you've been watching, but you're really into like the childhood and all this, like
that's big, bro.
I believe
I'm
it.
Awake.
But...
I'm awake, bro. I'm awake.
Yeah, I know, but you know, you default to that all the time. So I really don't know anything about like that in his background. I just know like it's so funny how like riled up he gets over absolutely nothing. And if he wants to keep like doing this final boss thing, I'm here for it, man. It's so funny, but at the same time, like who knows where it's gonna go and how it's gonna play out. But yeah,
no, I get that, but like I mean, everyone can laugh at him, and like Chow, you can maybe talk for him on this behalf. You know, maybe you owe him this since he's been such a clown for you. like everyone here commenting, you know, he's a fag, little swervy's a bitch, all that shit. Maybe you owe him this. He does seem young. Maybe he's my age, but that's okay. That's still young somewhat. Whatever. You know, obviously he's not in his 30s, obviously. You know, look at him, his complexion. He just got destroyed emotionally by his bitch of a fiance who rejected him at a wedding, you know, for good reason, because he has no prospects or anything going for him, you know, because he's a, you know, he's basically a fat cow. But
yeah,
what I'm saying is just like, hang on. What I'm saying is just like, maybe us, all of us as a community watching this show, Chow included, and myself, maybe we shouldn't shit on this individual. Instead of, you know, destroying him on his suicidal tendencies that he has via his music, his provocative exploration of transgenderism on shows, and his execution of hating people online, maybe he's such a broken individual that we need to say he's like that wild dog you see on videos where they, like, you know, they try to tame him and he's like, you're like, okay, calm down.
Mhm.
And you slowly feed him the food, you slowly feed him the treats, you slowly give him a bath, you know, from a distance, obviously, until he allows you to pet him, you know, you give him that. Exactly, you reach out. And he seems like one of those homeless people, the shelters you reach out towards.
Yeah.
You need to, like, bring him in. You need to calmly let him know no one's going to hurt you here. Your mom and dad aren't around. They're not going to hurt you. They're not going to come at bursting through the door saying, "God damn it, where the goddamn one? Where my beer at, boy?" No, we're going to say, "Hey, this is a safe place. We know you're a disturbed individual, and we're going to make sure you're not disturbed anymore." I'm like, Chow, I'm somewhat kidding, but I'm not. I think he is gone through some turmoil in his life to the point where he needs to act like this. So I really think everyone watching, even the transgender era, you know, hit me up. But like,
well,
I think Murr is his age. Yeah, I am his age. Like, I'm not kidding, dude. I never once mentally acted like that in my life. There is something wrong here, and we all need to take note and understand this guy is deranged. He is under the influence of something that is of not normalcy, and we should take that to the highest, most, you know, expectance. It's like a school shooter. I'm not saying he is a school shooter, but
well, I think him idolizing this Karmic X dude is probably not the right, unless it's all a joke and it's all a character.
It's like Adolf Hitler with the Columbine shooters. Like, dude,
yeah, like
obviously
I mean,
they're
like,
gonna be tweaked.
Karmic is hilarious, man. Like, he's a great streamer. I'll say this first. He's funny. He gets repetitive and like, but
He's a garbage human. He's a garbage man. He's a garbage. I'm a man. I know what a man is. No, you don't. You're a drunk smoking cigarettes in your basement, drinking a bottle of fucking, you know, whatever have you.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
it's gross. It's gross.
I don't know, man. Like, I really don't want to even like give him advice because I just think like his shit.
He needs it. He's a young buck, dude. He needs it. Hang on. You're someone who influenced him at one point in his life, obviously. That's why he wouldn't be acting like this if you didn't. You influenced him. He commented and shit. He's looking for guidance.
Should I take him under my wing?
I'm not kidding you. Try as a joke. Sure, as a joke if you want. But like, Chow, try like taking him under your wing and just be like, yo, bro, hey, I was there once. Like Derrick Rose or like Taj Gibson with Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how Derrick was like, yo, the Chicago. He's like, but then I had Richard Hamilton take me under my ring. No, yeah. So, hey, I was on the streets. I was in the trenches, bro. I've been there.
It could be a civic duty of mine, you know.
A civic duty.
Yeah, like maybe I could and just kind of teach him the way of life. I don't know, man. But he has to be receptive to it too, because actually Papa Kill was I didn't pull it up because I didn't have time to clip it, but it's on Patreon, episode 20 of Clown Town. The only episode I was on, they asked me about it. They brought up Final Boss, and he wasn't on. And I said, you know, like they told me he looked at me as like a hero and a mentor and all this. And I said, you know, I can't fuck with him because, you know, like he did this one thing and it's kind of cringe. And then he doubled down on it. So I was kind of like, yeah, you know, he's just too cringe for me to like deal with. But at the urging and the behest of these guys and like, you know, for this country, I think I would do it, bro. I think I would take him under my wing.
Okay, so hang on. I gotta take a piss real quick. Talk to the chat because I have some questions for you. Since you're gonna take him under your wing, I have a lot of questions for that.
Well, I mean, I'm just like
I'll be right back.
Go take a piss. Right. Yeah, I'm formulating this idea, you guys. What do you guys think about in the chat? Should I take the final blob and, you know, form that ball of clay into something respectable, or should we let him, you know, follow on his path of destruction to wherever it leads? I guess it's kind of one of those things where it's not up to me. You know, I could try as hard as I want and do everything I can in my power, but he's got to be receptive to this. And yeah, Colt C is saying coach him up. I could coach him up. I could and guide him to the ultimate Laucoutum. I mean, he's got the potential for it, and I could help him in that direction, or I could help him, you know, potentially run for president in 10 years. Who knows? You know, like it's one of those things. It's like a guy like this can go either way, you know. It's one of those things where, yeah, and I see Jeff Closer saying Big W tried already. Mint Diggity, I know he's kind of got his hand in the air saying he can be redeemed. They're saying Rob, I know Rob Saul's kind of been, you know, in his corner for a minute, but is Rob Saul the man for the job? I don't know. You know, it's one of those things where we got a lot of stuff here that we got to comprehend before we really make a decision what to do with the blob. But man, he really does have something. I've been saying that, you know, I started off the show saying he's a generational fool, and his foolishness can really, it's next level how foolish he can be. So do we try to nurture that part of him and make him, and, you know, encourage him to be a fool forever, or do we try to make him, you know, be someone that the next generation can look up to?
So I have
Only
questions
time will
for
tell.
you.
Yeah. What's up?
So you see a young man, obviously broken, left by his fiance, you know, love of his life. You see some potential in via how he conducts himself, because obviously that is something of like, you're like, yo, he has something there. First off, with the suicide thing, what is your take on how he pushes himself towards suicide a lot, and how would you rectify that?
I don't really know, but I think it's probably, now, Mir, you might be a better guy to answer this. Like with that,
what are you trying to say?
Well, no, that music and that culture, that SoundCloud rapper thing of being, because I saw your screen name was Sad Boy Mir somewhere, and like this is like a thing. So I don't know how real that is versus how much that's put on as like a
front.
Yeah, and like a thing, because, you know, one minute he's the big bad final boss, destroying every troll, the troll of the trolls, the bully of the bullies. And the next minute he's, you know, planning the end of everything. He's the biggest victim. So I don't know how much of that's real. So to get to the bottom of that, you know, that would take a little bit of, you know, deep dive. But, you know, we probably have to, you know, get the word of God to him somehow, like through some channels. Yeah, I'm just spitballing off the top of my head. I have to create a whole syllabus, curriculum, you know, for him to really make something work.
So
I'm just going off the top.
So Vagina Wrinkle 13, he's not playing the victim. You need to understand this, okay? I've done it before. You know, listen to my music. It's well, if you're trying to be, you know, if you're, you know, probably never done shows like I did because, you know, he probably would piss his pants in front of people. But
yeah,
the thing is, it's an act. It's a character. You're an entertainer when you hop on that stage. You're an entertainer overall. And my thing is with Chow's gone, but my thing is with this person is just like, dude, I don't think he's entertaining. I don't think he is playing a character. I truly think he is this person. And like, here's my thing. Like, when I joke about transgenders or like shitting on them or like, you know, faggot this, faggot that, that's a joke. Obviously, I don't care. You know, like I was once gay. Now I'm sober. It doesn't matter. It's all a joke. Like, dude, it's all jokes. But when you see this man like pushing himself to a point where he is truly like tweaking out on that transgender individual and stating, I'm you know, your leftist talking points. He is truly mesmerized and indulged and involved and engrossed in that. I'm a man. I'm a man's man. I know what I'm doing. No, you don't. You need to stop. You need to control yourself and breathe. You are truly a walking billboard and joke of what you think you should be. That's what I'm saying to you. This, what I do is all jokes. It's just to have fun. What you see from that man, final boss, as they call him, or Swervy, you know, whatever the faggot name he has, he is that person. And that's disturbing. That is something that needs to be talked about. That us as a community need to come towards. Like, I mean, I'm not part of your guys' community, obviously, because I don't know who the fuck this was until like a week ago. But that you guys, all you fuckers, Tuna, Penis Winkle, all you fucking motherfuckers in there. And this is what makes me sick about you guys. You guys want to shit on this character who's obviously about to shoot up a school or a movie theater. Who knows? And you guys just joke on him. And it is sad. Like, you guys can laugh and joke and shit, but this guy's actually someone who's struggling with like addiction, persona, bipolarness. Who knows?
He's an American too.
And he's an American. He's not even a fucking foreigner, you faggots. Change your tampon. Or no, I'm not going to change my tampon. It's weird to me. Like, Chow, it's weird to me, bro. Everyone's like pro America, pro this, I'm that, you know, whatever. Have you, you know, I'm just gonna support my American fellow Americans. No. All you hear today watching this fucking show. Hang on, I got a message from Swervy. Hang on. All right, bet. Yeah, he told me keeps preaching the good word. No. You guys are legitly pushing the, I would say, the downfall and the corruption of an individual who he doesn't deserve it. He's a young man who doesn't know what he's doing. Look at him. Would you guys do this in your adolescence as a young man? No, you were not, obviously. So there's something wrong with him, obviously. Everyone can agree with that. Chow, you can agree with that, right? There's something wrong with him?
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying he came at me first and was relentless. And yeah, the same thing with me. It's kind of like, but at the same time, like that power and vitriol for coming, if you want to be an alchemist, you can turn that power around. And I actually had something. I just had to go take a leak. I thought of this.
Go ahead.
What he's kind of looks like a monk, you know, with that like hair. Like he's kind of got, I mean, he doesn't have like the monk hair but like he's got that like little tuft of hair on his head.
Suffering from early baldness, man.
Oh yeah, but I mean, what if he practiced a life of maybe not forever, but pulled out of modernity of internet and video games and swerve aside, and he goes into the mountains and wears a brown robe and starts learning the ways of the monk, the Franciscan monk, not like the Asian monks.
Like a Catholic?
Yeah, like he goes into. And
Are you Christian?
I'm not into the Catholic stuff, but I know like there's those monks that like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the Padres, like their logo.
Yeah, the father.
He kind of looks like that guy. Yeah. He looks like one of those like monks that make the beer and mix it up, you know?
You want him to be in a brewery, bring your beer, unstable like he is.
No, if he's around all the bros, like all the other monk dudes, like doing that. I think he'd be better off. So maybe he can use that to like recenter himself, you know.
Here's the difference between him and the bros, as you call them. The bros are solidified and they know who they are as a person already before they come into the monastery. Swervy needs help medically and spiritually and communal wise. Swervy, I'm gonna just start calling him Swervy because you know I hate Final Boss. That's so gay. Final Boss, Swervy, change your name, bro. It's gay. That's me being a bro. Swervy is unstable. He's on meds. His girl left him 7 months ago, so he's still jerking off about that. And he's in love with Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know any stable, sober, straight male who is in love with Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't. Like I'm just saying, like in general, just like besides like his other shit going on, Sonic the Hedgehog. Hey guys,
Sonic's
everyone
alright,
in the
but-
chat, were you obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog growing up? Or no, you weren't, were you? No one was.
Mm-mm.
You just played the game on the computer, right? Yeah. But afterwards you turn the computer off, you're like, whatever. You didn't think about it. This guy is obsessed with it. So there's something wrong there already. Okay, it wasn't Mario. It wasn't fucking like Princess Peach or Bowser. Like he tries to pretend he likes Bowser. That's a cope. It's Sonic. So he's weird on that already. And then he's and then, oh my god, dude, this is weird. He's a young man and he loves O&A or whatever, Howard Stern, right?
Stern.
He's a big
obsessed
Stern
with
guy.
Howard
Big Stern. Yeah, big Stern guy. Yeah. I love Stern. I'm sure he does. But all those guys are really old and very famous or whatever, and he doesn't have the clout to be able to contact them, and they're not giving him the time of day. So you know what he does? He settles for the next biggest thing, which is Karmic. And Karmic, no shitting on you, bro. Like, I think you're gonna do great things, hopefully if you're still alive. But I think you are a fool. You're a deranged individual just like anybody else who, drinks themselves to that point. It's just facts. But he hinges himself on Karmic, right?
Right now, yeah.
He hinges himself on Karmic, and he in his tweaked out, unmedicated mind believes that him and Karmic can become the next big. He fantasizes about it. Trust me, he does.
Mm-hmm.
He does. So, and you can see how he says "I love you" to Karmic, like you said, right? And I haven't seen it. Can you show me that he says "I loved you," or is that just hearsay?
No, he had said it in the chat before, so I don't have like a video of him doing it, and I don't have it pulled up, but yeah, he had said in the chat like, "I love you, Karmic." So,
okay, so he says "I love you, Karmic," right?
Mm-hmm.
That is someone he's never met before. That's someone he's never personally talked to in his personal life. So he's already being tweaked out on that. Then he goes and attacks Chow, who he doesn't know at all. Chow, you and him never shared personal information before, right? You don't know him. You're not best friends with him, right?
No, I don't know anything about him. Actually,
Yeah.
once, in January, me and him were DMing back and forth about something. I think it was when I was down in Florida when it was snowing, and I just I snapped a pic of like the snow in Florida. And I was like, dude, I'm in Florida right now or something.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I remember that.
So I had actually had like a little bit of back and forth with him at some point, just in DMs, nothing else, nothing personal. So
Right,
yeah.
but you're not, you guys aren't friends. You're not like, connecting, you're not whatever have you. And then he goes and he disrespects you. He disrespects tons of other individuals in the chat. MKE, and like MKE might not like me, but I think MKE is a great individual. I think he's a great man. I think he's a good guy.
He is a great guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like this guy's obviously out of his fucking mind. He's off the meds. He is trying to be somebody he's not. He's trying to fit. The saddest thing is he's trying to fit a community that doesn't want him. And he's trying to find a sense of belonging. And all you motherfuckers in here are denying him, which is granted. I get that. You don't want a weirdo young buck in here, Granted, he showed his face, which I show respect to, show your face. Obviously, that takes some cojones. But at the same time, he's still a fucking weirdo tweaker, and no one wants to, like really bring him in under their, just like accept him. So he deleted his shit. He threatened to kill himself, like Dr. I saw the tweet too, bro. He showed me it. He threatened to kill himself, which a psychopath fucking does. And I'll tell you what, that is what every emo bitch will do. They'll cut themselves with a knife, carve their names into your side, carve your name into their side. They'll do all that weird shit. They'll say, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna take all these freaking all these pills, muscle, whatever have you. He's looking for attention. He's a psychopath. So at this point in time, instead of us shitting on him now, we probably need to understand, hey, maybe we should. And I would love to have, hey, and final boss, this isn't a shit on you, bro. I would love to have you on and just talk to you. Maybe we can work you through what you're going through. Maybe we can like help, like Chow and I. Like I know you find Chow, offensive and like oppressive, but maybe Chow's not like that. Chow face to face is a very honest, genuine human being. So maybe we can just like have a true man-to-man conversation, a true friend-to-friend, a true conversation where somebody cares about you, bro, because how you're acting and what you're doing is unstable. Even to the point now where you're affecting Karmic. Karmic doesn't like you because you're not putting his name on his shit. And you're doing, and look, you haven't mentioned that yet. Maybe you did, Chow, where he's doing Clown Town shit on the fucking Spotify, shitting on Karmic, right?
Dude, this guy, like, we're on a vibe. I'll touch on this quick, but
go ahead.
Yeah, he's Karmic's guy for putting all the Spotify music up, but he also took off Clown Town's music of making fun of Karmic and put it under Karmic's album as well. So it's like attributed to Karmic. And then he also created the artwork, but instead of having it say Karmic X, it said the final boss. So he's like, it's weird. He's helping get the stuff out there, but he's also trying to like push himself into it and make himself part of it.
Yeah.
It's
smart.
It's not selfless.
Right.
And that's the problem. So I think if we can really help this guy, like I'm really having a change of heart talking to you about this, and maybe there is something we could do, and
there is
to lift him up and fix them, but I just gotta really think about what it could fucking be at this point, because his cringe is so next level.
What are you thinking? Like, how could you help him? Honestly, off the dome of your head, how could you help him? Really?
Break his Sonic games? I don't know. I really don't know. But and we got a whole we got a lot of people in the chat. So I mean, like, if you guys
people are give him the suicide. No, Doodle, you're maybe a female or a male. Like, hang on, I'm gonna read this shit.
Why
this
does Doodle wants him to be? She said the number.
There was one that really pissed me off. Hang on.
He's trying to help.
Hang on. No, he's not. He's a fucking fag. Where is it?
Doodle's
I'm you know what? Yeah, you know what? All you faggots out there, even Dr. Chow, I'm pro private boss, Mr. Boss now.
Private boss. That's what he needs is change his name to Private Boss.
I'm pro Mr. Boss now. Like, I'm starting to understand why he hates his life so much. I mean, he hops in your guys' group chats and tries to become friends with you guys. You guys just shit on him. Like, forgive him. No, like, dude. Oh, there was one that really disturbed me that someone said. Hang on, I'm trying to find it real quick. Props to Dr. Chow for looking like John Lennon. I didn't mean to say that, but hang on. There was one that really disturbed me. No. Fuck that. This is by Penis Winkle, and I don't like you, Penis Winkle. I think you're somewhat of an instigator. I think you're somewhat of a bad individual now. I don't know
think
who
this
you
is-
are.
Based on what I know from Penis Wrinkle, that's like the OG like enemy of Final Boss, and like I guess
Why are they
Final Boss
enemies?
one of them. I think from what I gather,
Takes two to tango, bro. Takes two to
Penis
tango. Always
Wrinkle was
remember
going
that.
after Stuttering John, and then Final Boss tried to get involved and go after them, and I don't know. It's like Mir, you're easy to like. You got to understand. A lot of people who even care or know who he is, it's because they realized him just being a complete douchebag to them in the chat. So all these
Right,
people are
but
saying
there's
the same
always
thing.
redemption. There's always redemption, though,
It
bro.
can be, yeah.
I mean, look
I
at
agree.
Severus Snape, right? Redemption.
Is that some that's some comic book thing or some shit?
Lord of the Rings. I don't
Lord of
know.
the Rings or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No.
mean-
Let me read this though. I want to read this.
Okay.
Penis Winkle 12. Nah. Fuck that. If he does something retarded, I'm making fun of it. Bullying works. Bullying works. Okay. First off, bullying does work sometimes, but it doesn't always. Okay. So you understand that it's not just end all be all bullying works. That's no go first off. If he's not receptible to it, then you need to stop with the bullying, because you can bully someone to the point where they fucking ship the whole store or the whole school. And we don't want that, obviously. So let's take another approach. Like I said, befriend him, take him in, play Sonic with him, maybe. No, don't play Sonic, but maybe steer him towards like a Mario Kart or something like that. Maybe he'll like that more.
I think maybe if he switched it up from Sonic to like I don't know, like is Fortnite good or
No,
or is that
Fortnite
not
stuff.
good?
Fortnite stuff.
Yeah, Fortnite maybe for him move up.
If
Because I
it
know
gets-
like my kids were into Sonic at one point when they're younger, and they're way past that already. So yeah, I think eventually you just got to level up to new games, and then eventually get to a point where you're done with games. So
Merge just called him a fag for an hour and destroyed him worse than I ever have. Okay. Chow, I'm sorry. I don't want to keep you, bro, if you got a dip, but I'm just going to be honest.
I'll listen.
Okay. I'm calling him a fag over the hour that he did because he was acting like a... Dude, Penis Winkle, you're retarded. It's... He was acting emotionally damaged. He was acting out of pocket. He was acting like a fool. So I said it as such. Like, dude, like, no, hang on.
Truth hurts.
No, truth hurts, but I'm also his sensei. I'm also like trying to showcase to him, hey, I'm also a young buck. I'm a young man. I'm struggling with my own sexuality. I was gay one day, I'm gay the next day. What I'm saying is, hey, calm down, breathe, look through the lines. You don't need to commit suicide today because you feel like they didn't get your order right at Starbucks. You don't need to commit suicide because Dr. Chow said that you have no life. You don't need to commit suicide because Karmic is calling you out on his show because you're not tagging his name on his songs that you post on Spotify. Like, you need to chill. You need to breathe. You need to do you. And you... Hang on. What did he say? Destroy himself. So what I'm saying is basically, dude, calm down, breathe. That was what I was telling him basically to do. Don't be a faggot. And now I'm telling everyone else is that we need to accept him, because once he's done being a faggot and he needs to be accepted, we should accept him with open arms. Like, Chow, would you accept him with open arms if he apologized for wishing the death of your children and yourself?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
I guess.
I mean, I really don't even have a problem with him now. Like, I think for him, like, part of the thing, like I always say, it's like I try to clear my conscience with anyone. Like, he was trying to bag on me for apologizing to Karmic about something, and all I said to Karmic, this was last week. All I said
go
to
ahead.
him was, basically, hey man, I didn't mean to like upset you with that meme of them two like as Liberace. I didn't mean. I was like, yeah, it's just a joke, you know. I
What
actually
did
am like,
Karmic say to that?
he didn't respond, but he did on his show. Then he said, "Oh, Dr. Chow apologized to me. What a bitch." You know, it did as a little shit. But I wasn't apologizing. I just wanted to reach out to say, "Hey man, like I didn't mean to offend you," because he goes on these rants like they want me dead and all. They do the same thing, and I tried to tell him, I get it. Maybe it's for entertainment, but for me, for my conscience, I just try to tell him like, dude, I'm a fan of what you're doing. Like, I didn't mean to upset you by that goofy meme. And that's all I said. So I think for him, like clearing his karma or conscience of anything will probably serve him better in the long run. So I guess I'm not asking for him to apologize to me by any means, but I know there's a lot of other people he's built enemyship to. So maybe that's something he can do. But if not, I mean, if he wants to be the final boss and keep fighting, I'm here to watch it too, because I think it's funny as hell.
No, you can't. Hang on. Wait, stop. What is your take on what I just said about him needing a community and needing not a community, but needing people to like not troll him and like abuse him mentally and bully him, but like say, hey, you need to calm down. You're a young buck. It's okay. You're lost in life. Like, what's your take on that? Honestly.
I mean, it's probably a good idea for him to get a community, but like, why? Who, and why? You know, like for
What do you
one, that's
mean?
his whole thing. Like, I don't want him in my community for any. I mean, like, where's he gonna find it, and for who, with who, and why? I guess is kind of my like maybe that's the thing. Like, do you go to church, or like are you part of an ethnic group, or?
Well, he seems like he is very based, like how we saw from that clip. So he obviously has his base tendencies, right? And Chow, you're based, right?
Oh yeah.
You hate the fact.
Yeah. So. So you think we can bond over that?
No, man. I'm fucking with you on that, but I'm being serious here, though, bro. I'm trying to be serious with you for a second. Like, dude, this guy obviously is broken. He's obviously broken, dude. Like, I've never seen someone delete. I'm not kidding, dude. I've never seen someone delete their Twitter off of, like being trolled like that. That's disturbing. It's weird, man. And so he's gonna commit suicide. That's weird. And everyone here is joking and laughing, like, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. He's a hilarious, final boss. What a joke. No, this is weird. This is like, imagine the serial killer for, whatever have you, who did this thing. This is his final step before he goes off the edge.
We got an expert who wants to come on and contribute some.
Yeah,
insight.
Bring him on. Let me hear him.
Let me get him. Because I'm really at a loss for a plan, but this guy is like a sensei, OG, and he was like one of his biggest enemies at some point. So
yeah, deleting Twitter was a cry for help, and I'm gonna let this know. Yeah, why you get him on? Everyone here needs to stop trolling him. No, this man is a good man. He has good qualities. He's white.
I don't think anyone's ever trolling him though.
What do you mean? I'm reading the comments. They're like, troll him.
They all just say it sucks. They said, but we'll get. I had reached out to Ava. She hadn't got back. I told her to come on. I had reached out to who else did I tell? But we got someone who should be popping on.
And the thing is, like, I'm outside of the circle of who he is or who knows of him. So, like, I'm just an outside perspective, and I'm saying this, so that should be concerning to everybody here. Like,
well, you think on a different level,
Well, I'm just thinking, like, dude, he needs help. He's a young white man who is lost and struggling. He obviously lost his fiance. He has no outwardly, parental guidance at all. That's why he's acting like he is on the internet. Like literally, mom, dude, come on. Like your parents would have called you a fag if you act like this on the internet. Obviously,
Do you think he's looking at Karmic X as like a father?
his daddy, yeah.
Maybe
I think Final Boss looks at Karmic as his father figure, definitely, and it is disturbing because Karmic is a deranged lunatic, and it is sad, and you see it how Final Boss interacts with people online, how he shouts, and it's not for comedic purposes like I do for our show. He's doing it out of a vengeance, out of a desire to control the situation to the point where he is right. It's not just for comedic shit. He is truly mentally deranged that he wants to attack you. He wants to make you bleed. He wants to taste your blood. He wants to feel you fail beneath him. He wants to feel your presence go beneath what he's feeling. He wants to, like they say, misery loves company. And he is truly, I believe this because I'm a Christian and I'm a Catholic. I truly believe he is possessed, he is deranged, and he is sadistic. And there's something wrong with that. You can tell how he talks to individuals that he's not normal. He has a possession about him that is dark. His energy is horrid. It is evil. He is evil. And we need to bring him back. Instead of continuing the darkness, instead of continuing the blight, the circumference of emotional turmoil, we need to bring him back. We need his showcase to him. Hey, it's okay to be angry sometimes, unlike your father taught you. It's okay to be angry, but at the same time, there are consequences when you're angry, and we're going to showcase to you what those are. And everyone here is showcasing the same type of energy towards hating him. They should showcase the same type of energy towards supporting him, bringing him up.
I know, but it takes a lot, It takes like a real
and that
leader
was
that he respects.
And bring in that, like you just said, it takes a lot. That is what creates communities. The struggle, the strife, the commitment. That is what creates a foundation of immunity. That is what creates a foundation of security. That is what creates a foundation of success. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say.
It's true.
So if you want a strong community, Mur will fuck the kid. What I'm saying, shut this fool up. Johnny Chopsticks, you're actually probably deranged and moronic yourself, so I feel sorry for you and I pray for you every day. I do. You sound just as deranged as the other next person next to you. And you're the issue on why this community is so fucked up. This is why I'm not involved with your community, bro. Johnny. I'm not talking to you, Chow. I love you, Chow. Johnny, this is why I'm not involved with your fucked up community, because people like you create such turmoil and disingenuousness within it that people either have to succumb to their personal I would say disbelief in themselves and or their personal sin to the point where they need to push outward a negative energy, and you support that, and while you support it, you shit on it because you want the cycle to continue. And that is why you are a scum. That's why you are a leech on the community, and that's why you need to be outed as such. And I know there's redemption for you, like Final Boss. You are a problematic persona, just like your parents raised you. You have a parent issue also. You're a fucking fool. You're an idiot. You're emotionally damaged, and you need to be rehabbed as such.
Well, that's the thing about the Final Blob is people are going to look at him and say, wow, he got attention. He got featured on Mere Musk because of him acting like a fool. Maybe I can act like a fool and get featured on Mere Musk. And we don't want that. We don't want that for our future. We don't want people looking up to like people like the Final Blob and saying, hey, look, he just acted like a moron. And now they did a 2.5-hour show about him. That could be me. We want to go the other way. We don't mind giving him attention for being a fool, but if he could turn it around, it could be something. And
It
that's what
could
you're
be
saying.
something. Yeah, like
Yeah.
he could be something, bro, but he's not going to be something. You already know why. He is
I
burning
know.
too many bridges, and he's too like he could go on shows like he is doing. Like, dude, I went on Ski Mask and I was shitting all over Ski Mask. Remember? Do you remember the first time I went on Ski Mask? You probably didn't see it, right?
Yeah, I remember. No, I saw it. Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah. The first time I went on, did I just hate Ski Mask and never want to go on again and never have him on and like create all this? No, I didn't. I was friendly. I was like happy, whatever have you, dude. You can't be crazy. People don't like crazy. It's not good. It's unstable and it's dangerous. And it doesn't make good I mean, it makes good radio, sure, for like shows like ours where we make fun of you for a little bit. But like, I'm being serious with you, bro. You need to stop. You need to get back on your meds. You need to find God again, because I know you're probably Christian because you're white in America. You need to legitly go back and just take a breath. Take a moment and breathe. Karmic isn't your friend. Karmic is an evil, deranged, sadistic, lonesome individual who is suffering from alcoholism and loneliness. And he will drag anyone with him to the depths of hell. And you're going there with him real quick. Watch what's happening right now. Look at this show. Look what's happening to you. You need to find God or something. You need to work out. You need to get your shit going again. You say you're based. You say you're a fucking man. You're not. You're a pathetic individual. You're garbage. That tranny is more of a man than you are. And that's an honest truth, bro.
It's a wake-up call.
That tranny, that fucking faggot man who is so sadistically deranged that he thinks he's a female is more of a man than you are. Like, dude, you are pathetic to the human race as a man. As a male, you're pathetic. And your community is crying out to you to come back. And us as a community who's watching this video right now needs to understand that we need to accept him for who he is. Hang on, you fags. Accept him for who he is, but also set guidelines for him. Let him know we'll bring you back because he is a broken young man. And all these guys here are probably a little bit older. They're all lost their own point in time as a young gent. But bring him back, but set guidelines. Say, hey, you're under this supervision now. You cannot break these rules. You cannot break this. You cannot break that. So you need to do these things to like propel yourself to the standard of what men should be. And not one of your weird faggoty shit that, whatever people need. Like, no, as a man. Okay. And I hope Final Boss finds that one day, because I'm not kidding you. When I look at the crime reports, the Wikipedia pages of these school shooters, these theater shooters, these crowd shooter motherfuckers who are so lost and deranged that they need to kill poor people, just individuals enjoying their lives. They're A, excluded from the communities, B, bullied, C, were taught that they were on some like foreign entity, that they were greater than thou. They were, above, like, I'm saying, like, they're like a God standard or an angel, I'm saying, like a God standard of whatever they are. And they had a vendetta against people who stated otherwise. So I just hope you don't fall in those same steps, and that you seek the help that you need. You get medicated for your bipolarness or have you, and that your community accepts you. And they should accept you with open arms, because you are a person reaching out for help. Even if you're not saying it, you're showcasing it.
Well, you also got to think playing games is fine, but there is only one game, the game of life.
What do you
When
mean
it comes
by
to the
that?
game, remember how he's always couching everything is like, I win, you lose. And then actually later in that clip on Clowntown, he writes in the chat, Chow wins. I didn't win. I didn't win anything. That's not my game. There's no win in that game. The game of life is the only game. Sonic the Hedgehog, that's a Fugazi game. Mario Worlds, that's a Fugazi game.
Where, but doesn't the game of life have certain like not area codes, but like certain like instances where you can't bypass it, like Monopoly or what have you? Like you can't cheat at game of life.
You can't cheat in the game of life, and ultimately, the winning and losing is not something that you can even comprehend. You can try, you can picture the game of life and set an ideal of how to win in your own mind. But maybe for you, winning is having a bunch of hoes and tons of money and all this
Sure.
type of stuff. But then once you get there,
that's more of an inner city vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get there, you realize that's not how you win the game.
No.
So that's how the game of life always changes and flips it up on you. So
yeah.
Yeah. So become a student of the game, but not the game of Sonic the Hedgehog, sir. Become a student of the game of life.
What do you think his take on the game of life is? Honestly, like him pretty decently well to some extent. What do you think his take on the game of life is as a young 25, 27-year-old?
I think he probably, I've just gathered this since that one thing, but I think he's just trying to get that chick back or something, like, and
Well,
that's the
shitting on the community.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's doing it for entertainment or vengeance or an outlet, but that's something that maybe we've seen a little bit too amongst some of these people is the rear view mirror. And it's a scourge on all of this is the nostalgia factor that people engage in. Now, nostalgia, I consider nostalgia a mind disease because people who are getting obsessed with Howard Stern and looking back and, I remember this guy from 30 years ago when he said this to that guy and all this shit. Now, I've never seen 1 second or heard 1 second of Howard Stern, so I don't have this issue. But this idea of nostalgia and looking back and looking and living in the past, time doesn't stand still for that. You can pretend to like look back and yeah, of course, from time to time, looking back at the past is good because you can learn from mistakes of others or yourself. But you got to start looking forward because that's where the game is being played. That's where the battlefield is being presented. It's looking towards the future and what's in front of you. So that's the type of thing that I'd probably try to gear him towards. That's the only way you can win in this is.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, that's it. I mean,
Where do you think he's at mentally right now?
I mean, he's still on Earth. He's still got.
He didn't KILL himself, so.
No, I mean like mentally, like where's his mind? Like is it in the clouds? Is it underground? Like where's he? Is he in the gutter? Is he thinking? Is he focused on what's in front of him? I think he's just lost in himself now. But sometimes that's not a bad place to be because you've seen those memes of like the people digging the hole and they might be working hard to get to a place. But that's the opposite direction they should be going. So I think right now he's at a status of like he could go either way if he really like wants to. So I think he's actually kind of like in a decent spot, but he needs to like snap out of it, and get with it. Otherwise he's fucked.
Unless he's fucked. You really think he's fucked? Like Chow, honestly, like, bro. Do you think he's fucked? Like, bro.
I
for
mean,
real,
I
do you think he's
didn't
fucked?
before. I just thought he was funny and like entertaining, like how, you know, how serious he takes this shit. But now, like, you've been kind of like, because you're like more a peer. You're more of a peer. To
I'm like
him,
his
'cause
age, so I'm like,
you're
yo,
like
what
his
the fuck?
age, and you've been in the game. You were in that music game like he was. I mean, you're way more successful than him, but
Yeah.
so you kind of like, and you know, I learned a lot from you. You know, as much as I'm like, you know, the G of G's.
I learned a lot from you, bro.
Yeah, I know that, but I learn learn a lot from you. You know, I'm just like a humble genius, and like and all that
Yes.
shit. So
I do believe that, yeah.
yeah. So I take in from all sources. So yeah, I think like what you're saying about him has really kind of shifted the way I thought of things and made it more dire and more not as much haha and joke and like, wait a second, maybe we could do something here. Maybe we could like
there's hope.
Change them, save them, you know,
New
whatever
hope.
it is. Yeah. So
Yeah, so I mean, everyone here in the chat, 1969 we sing here, ha ha ha. Jeff Close, extend my hand to you, you know, whatever. IQ 65, whatever. Never. This is nostalgia thinking. Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys are all horrible people watching this show. I think you all are scumbags. I think you guys.
Is there anyone backstage?
No, there's not. I don't know who you
No.
sent the thing to, but I wish
sent it to Elmore and then Stealth and MKE, but like yeah. So yeah.
no,
one of those things.
it's okay. Like, I don't know. I wish they would come on. Maybe we could get their take on it, because MKE has something on it. It feels more, you know, like a philosophical man. And I sent it to Final Boss because he read it, and he read my shit. It makes me sad because, like, dude, I'm sorry, man. Like, I hope you figure it out, bro. I hope you can like just be the best version you can be, and just not like, you need to take this behind. You need to put this not internet, but just what's happening to you behind you. It's truly making you a bad person. Like, it's truly making you an individual who is not evil but disturbed, and it's sad. And like, Chow, I think you can agree on this, because I know you did the what's the Indians call it, that drug they take.
Oh, ayahuasca.
You've done the ayahuasca,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
know energy, right?
Yeah, of course.
You feel energy. Look at you, dude. You look like my fucking like monk that I go
Yeah.
to see every weekend. You look like someone who understand energy, right? Like, remember that interview with Ozzy Osbourne? He's like, I don't like your energy, to that guy. And he was like, you got that purple weird energy around you, or
Mhm.
whatever have you. Like, you understand energy. You understand humans give off energy, and that's true. Like, even if you don't believe in energy, you can still feel their vibe when you're talking to them. You can still feel how they're portraying shit when you talk to them. Like, you can tell I'm joking somewhat, but I'm also somewhat genuine. I'm concerned about this guy. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You can. I mean,
Like-
I know it's like become a trend or a trendy word, but aura. Like, you can sense something about a person based off of the red shift, blue shift of the magnetism of energy that they're giving off. And it's one of those things that when you understand it, you know, you can harness that energy and power and turn the negative to a positive, and you know,
and
change everything.
And he can't. Yeah. But so I want to do something real quick. I want to present something. I want to play one of his songs real quick for us. Let's just listen to this real quick, because it's something.
I'm down. You got something good?
Yeah. I got something really good. Share screen. Okay. Let me click on Swervy real quick. Here we go.
Swervy.
Party Rock Crib. Like, dude, it's a cry for help. He's
Hard on
crying
my
for help.
state, literally. It says,
He's crying for help on all this shit, bro. He's
"Hey,
crying
did you
for
see
help.
his most recent like though? It was Dave Blunt's.
I did see that. Yeah, he's based.
So, I mean, that's based.
So he
We're
has
big Dave Blunt guys here.
Heartbroken, hopeless. Here we go. Let's play this real quick, guys. Never ever. Hang on. Yeah, hero. God, always. Oh my God. After all. Okay, we're gonna do.
That one's the hero's got a lot of likes. It's got
Yeah,
3
that
and
don't mean nothing.
991 plays. Maybe that's his best. Try hero. I want to hear hero.
You a hero? Okay.
Yeah, sounds positive.
Dr. Chow hates on me. Oh, we heard this earlier.
Oh, did we play this one? All right, find something else.
That song's trash. All right, let's do Heartbroken, Hopeless. Here we go.
Someone said Nightmares is good too.
Yeah, this is quicker. Okay. Yeah.
Why you so funky?
Hey, Lottie.
When I look up in the sky, I only see your eyes. And I've been looking at our pictures just to pass the time. But that don't matter cause I'm heartbroken, hopeless. That don't matter cause I'm heartbroken, hopeless. Feeling bad, thinking about the memories we made. The way she smiled always made me have a better day. But that don't matter cause I'm heartbroken, hopeless. That don't matter cause I'm heartbroken, hopeless. It hurts my head just to wonder who she's talking to. Nobody could ever love you like you know I do. I love you
She's talking to Karmic, bro.
so much, but I know it's useless. You're the one, and I know I gotta prove it. Everything around me only brings me misery. Everything I thought I knew is now a mystery. I tell myself that everything will be alright. It's just a lie that I tell myself to get by.
Oh yeah, we gotta hear this fucking bridge, bro. He's gonna go tough with it.
Why you so funky? Yeah, cause I'm
Hey, Lottie.
I'm helpless.
I can't sleep cause I'm heartbroken, hopeless. I can't eat cause I'm heartbroken, hopeless.
That's trash. That is trash, dude.
That's trash. Sorry.
That is trash.
Yeah. Well, that's something. Maybe you can get him refocused into the music game.
Hell
Quit
no,
with this
bro.
AI
He's
shit.
done. He's done, bro. He's done.
Mm.
AI? What do you mean by AI? What do you mean by that?
Well, now he's going AI music. He made some AI music too somewhere. I don't know where to find it because I'm blocked on everything now. But fuck, maybe we can do a part 2 on this dude.
I'm down. But yeah, thank you for showcasing to me, Swivy. You know, final boss. I think we all need to, maybe put our time into possibly accepting him into our communities. But if not, it's okay. I get it. You don't have to. But yeah, he's a young lost man who needs leadership, and we need to showcase that because Karmic is not it.
That's it. What do we
All right.
say, Mir? Should we do another one before the end of the month, or are we going to come
Yeah,
back in August?
Let's do one more next week. I'm down for that.
All right. So if you guys want more final boss, or you guys want us to get a guest in here like we usually do, leave a comment. I guess we're not in it for the likes or comments or views, but we got a good little crowd here. So if you like the show, let us know what else you want.
Exactly. All right. Peace out, y'all. Ciao. See you later, buddy.